incredible live entertainment, traditional music and dancing, family fun, the Pink Energy Run, the Ducks Hunt Derby, and backed by popular demand, Vox Club returns to Rock Germanfest once again. Then be there Friday, July 24th at 5 p.m. in the Oktoberfest tent for opening ceremonies. We've got a surprise planned that everyone will be talking about. Plus, experience history with the first ever Germanfest Polka Mass, a celebration of faith, music, and tradition unlike anything you've seen before on July 26th. Gather your family, bring your friends, raise a stein, create memories, celebrate culture. July 24th through 26th at the Henry Meyer Festival Park. Get your tickets today at GermanFest.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Wisconsin sports without a filter.
What you talking about Father Time? What?
Kyle Wallace.
Winning is the only thing that actually does matter.
Ben Brust.
So they can't execute the way they want to play offensively.
This is Kyle and Brust.
Did you call us idiots?
Yeah.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
What a great day to be alive here today on Kyle and Brust on this smoky Friday. I'm Kyle Wallace. No Ben Brust today. No C-Cat, but Tony Cartagena, TC, executive producer of the Tanalysis podcast, holding it down for us today, producing Kyle and Brust. TC, how you living today, man?
What up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a crazy week, crazy last couple of days, especially trying to, whether or not I'm going outside or not. I'm trying to get a little bit of exercise in. I was a big back, or as people would say, a fatty. Ever since the
big bone.
Well, I was fat. I was trying to cut some weight heading into the wedding, and then post wedding I went crazy on the honeymoon, and then I've just been craving eating food, and the urge I had to eat, and I was able to stop myself previously before the wedding, and now post wedding I've been eating. I've been the air fryer with my French fries. It's just been, I can't say no. I'm looking at chips upstairs. Like, I really want to eat these chips, but they haven't they have the chips on the table, but they're not in the table place where it's like everybody can eat at table. So I just want to eat.
You went to, you don't have to disclose location, but you did an all-inclusive, right?
I did all-inclusive.
Yeah,
I went to the
it's
DR.
Over. It's over.
Yeah.
Once you go to one of those, 10 pounds added to it. Whatever. It is what it is.
And today as well, so I'm going to be big back tonight. So I got a little cousin, and she, we invite her over in the summertime. It's summertime, have a good time. And my wife, she is too good of a host. And so she asked this 14-year-old, what you want to eat? She said, I want Alfredo with some chicken. I want strawberry shortcake. I want some Oreos. I want this and want that.
Just laid out a full menu?
Yeah, I said, listen, I told my wife, I said, baby, she a kid. She get what we give her. She don't get all that. But I come home. She's not at home. I'm like, where are you at? At the grocery store. She comes home from the grocery store. I said, what is all this? What is these noodles? She said they're the healthy noodles. I said, this girl don't need no damn healthy noodles. She don't need none of that. She can get the cheap stuff.
At what point? I think it's the younger generations, because like if you go to someone's house and you don't have any, let's say just no dietary restrictions, right? They're like, oh, what do you want for dinner? We're hosting, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you guys are eating, whatever, that's fine. Like I would never produce a list.
We should be getting a Palermo's pizza. That's what I would have gave her. But we're cooking a 14-year-old Alfredo chicken with homemade Alfredo sauce with strawberry shortcake that we're making. It's just crazy.
I kind of respect that she gave you a dessert option.
Yeah, well, I mean, to her, my wife asked, what do you want for dessert? Normal kids would say cookies. She said strawberry shortcake. I said, this is so we're making you spending $70.
That's what I would have said.
Yeah, you're probably just like her. You're probably just like my little cousin.
No, strawberry shortcake was in my house growing up. That was the best.
I bet it was the best. I was hoping she was going to say the $5 cookies instead of the got to get the whipped cream, got to get the little strawberry shortcake stuff you can make with it.
At this point, with her menu, you should have just had it delivered.
I mean,
just hit up a restaurant that has all of these things.
That's honestly what I was thinking. So now my wife is about to get ready to slave in the kitchen before I go pick up my little cousin. Homer, hey, nice of you to join us here.
I was a little late. I was taping my interview for my show, 5 to 6, to convince the world that winning the World Cup would be the greatest achievement in the history of American sports. And I got to get people to believe that, because once they do, then they'll be more committed to success, even though they don't care about soccer, which is my group.
So you think
it's not even close.
It's not. So you think, what if a roster, like, let's say it was a young roster in Major League Baseball that was a whole bunch of kids, young kids, like prospects, some prospects. Let's say the Pirates, right? Projected to, or no, even better, the White Sox. Say the White Sox were to win the World Series.
It's not international.
So because it's not, so
of
world.
Course. Yeah,
so
of course.
You said the world.
The world. The greatest. If you can win anything in the world, a title, it's the World Cup. Yeah, and if you don't believe that, then you're just wrong, and you're discriminating against soccer.
Oh wow, discrimination. That's what we're throwing out there.
Yeah, I mean, and that's understandable. There's no rule on being a fan. If you don't care about soccer, it's fine, win it. I don't care.
No, Homer,
then that's fine. You don't have to care. That does not change the reality of the greatest athletic title to have is to be the country who wins the World Cup.
You know what? I will say it, depending on, I guess for us, right? If you're France, if now Argentina's already won one before, if you've won a World Cup before, I don't know if it means that much. But if you, it means a lot. Don't get it twisted. It means a lot.
That has nothing to do with it.
Germany's not going to say this is the greatest feat that we won the World Cup.
100%.
Sure.
Kyle, you've been to the World Cup.
Yeah,
you understand what soccer or football, wherever it is you are in the world, what it means to, you think the entire, like when the Packers blew the lead to the Bears, right? We were all sad, whatever. We showed up to work the next Monday.
Yeah.
I guarantee you the entire country of England has not recovered from blowing a lead
that late,
in the last 15 minutes of a match.
I'll say
the whole country, Kyle.
This isn't a soccer show, but since it's home slicing, whatever I would defer.
I don't want it to be a soccer show. This is greatness show.
It is
this
greatness.
Is a greatness
We're going to talk about greatness, and I'm going to defer to whatever my guest, because Homer, you are our guest today.
I don't want that.
No.
You sympathy here. I feel bad. Why'd you say? And he's old, so he could die
Homer,
if I didn't agree with him.
I heard you talk about your philosophy on how you host shows when you lead shows. So I'm gonna give you my philosophy on how I lead shows.
Well, you're running it, so it's up to you.
And so, I guess so.
You feel bad for your analyst?
I listen.
Old man, be nice to Homer. He could die.
I don't want your philosophy. I want Homer's report card. I want Homer to grade you as a lead host.
I would love for. Actually, I would take
live
that
on the air.
I would take that from Homer, because Homer
hasn't done it often enough for me to know.
Well, that's true. I on the other show, Truth to Power, that I used to do on 101.7 The Truth, now on 620 WTMJ podcast.
Right.
I led that show. You could critique that one, but the sports show, I'm just a reactor. I just get to react. But I'll say this, Homer, because since we're going to talk about soccer, if Leicester City were to win the UEFA Cup, that would be the greatest. Like when they won the Premier League. If that team went on to win like
you've
the
just
UEFA
agreed
Cup,
with me, even though you don't know you've agreed.
I'm just saying that I think in the world of soccer would be a bigger like accomplishment than England winning the World Cup. Maybe they haven't won since.
Dude, it's like 8 countries ever have won the World Cup, or something. I don't know the exact.
There's no
very small
soccer
number.
title that equals the country winning the World Cup.
I mean,
as great as some of the leagues are, and they would be the first one to agree.
I don't know.
They would trade every title they've ever won for one World Cup.
I'm telling you, like a bottom feeder team, like when Leicester City won the Premier League, winning Champions League, I think people will put that on the same level of winning a World Cup. Because I mean,
I don't think they are.
Improbable.
There's no one that would. No one, not even the people on that team. But they would trade that for a World Cup.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Kyle, it's the World Cup.
You're telling me,
man. I wish we had a U.S. equivalent.
I'm telling you
that.
No, I'm telling you, don't.
Dude, Leicester City winning the Champions League would be crazy. People would be like, "Oh my gosh, this is the greatest." Most improbable story.
Where would they be saying that? Where would they be saying that?
The odds of Leicester City winning when they won the Premier League, their odds going into the season were bigger than odds.
It could be more.
It
could be more surprising. Like somebody that said the hockey in 19, it can be more surprising. It's not bigger. Just
They
isn't.
entered the season that year at 5,000 to 1.
Yeah.
What was U.S.?
What do you mean U.S.?
U.S.
Let me
to
just
win the
ask
World
you a
Cup.
question.
to win this World Cup?
For me to win Wimbledon would be 1 million to 1. Would me winning Wimbledon be bigger than the
Yes.
U.S. winning the World Cup?
Yeah, a 70-year-old
No.
winning a world.
It'd be more
Wimbledon,
surprising.
It would be. That
I don't
would
care
be,
if a cat wins
Homer,
Wimbledon.
they
it
would
ain't
build
as
a
big as the World
statue
Cup.
of you at Flushing Meadows. Well,
Fine.
I guess in Wimbledon's
Fine.
in England.
It
but-
still doesn't make it as big as winning the World Cup.
Kyle, have you seen these watch parties for people that haven't watched a soccer match in 4 years?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was
And
telling.
that's just huge.
We
I
were
was
in
telling
England 8 years ago when they won before they lost, I think, Croatia in the semis. So we're at a bar, and I mean, I've never seen it. I thought Packer fans, they're 10, 100 times Packer. They score a goal, and they throw their beer up in the air, not the glass.
The
beer goes
fanhood
straight up.
of soccer clubs in England specifically, but also just
Yeah.
national
I
teams
don't-
worldwide. It's we don't even touch the surface
I don't-
on
yeah.
every Sunday at
I don't know
Atlantic.
how long it'll take for them to recover. I don't think they ever will.
England?
Yeah.
No.
It's going to take a while. You know what? They probably will never recover because if you talk to Packers fans about the Seattle Seahawks game,
Yeah,
they still-
we haven't
multiply
got
it times
over-
10.
Yeah,
Multiply it
yeah,
times
no,
10.
Yeah, it's as a nation, yes. As a,
Right.
absolutely. When you lose in a sport that is basically the sport most important to you in the country, yeah, it hurts.
And that's the key to me, that it's a United States success. And as said, you don't have to care.
So, Homer, who do you have coming up on between 5 and 6 that you discussed?
Mike
with?
DeCourcy, who's a longtime friend as a college basketball, he's with
Mike
Sporting News, the
DeCourcy.
Big Ten Network, but he's like nuts about soccer. He just all of a sudden said, I'm going to learn about soccer, and now he's covering it. So we had both topics to talk about, and so that'll be during the Homer Hour 5 to 6.
That sounds good. Now,
It'll
Homer,
be live, too.
Oh, it'll be live. It'll be live.
Be live.
So Homer. So my philosophy on when I'm lead hosting a show, it is about what we want to talk about, but what you're hot on because you call yourself an analyst. I don't think you're. I don't look at myself as an analyst. I look at myself as a co-host who reacts to the topic of conversation. And so for me, I like to know what makes you hot. What makes you go? What makes you rant? Like I want Homer rants today. So the list of things that we're talking about because I also
So
heard that
you got to work. You're already wrong. You got to work on that.
Well, how am I wrong?
It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it's everything to do with
No,
because
it doesn't.
I tee it up for you
no,
to knock it
no.
out the park.
You have only one job.
What is my one job?
One job, and
Let
that's
me
how
take
this
notes.
station lives. You have one job: to address issues that are of the greatest interest to your audience.
Okay, so
Nothing else matters.
It's not about what makes you go.
Correct. Now, if you think that's what make the audience go,
I mean, what's
that's
the
you have
greatest-
one job to spend 24 hours, 7 days a week. What do I need to talk about that would interest my audience, the audience that can do this the most?
Okay, so I think today,
Okay.
on the other side, when we come back, make sure you watch and stream us live. Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and ESPN Madison on YouTube. You can also get in on the Carbless Talk
You know
and
that's
text
the
line.
standard by which this place exists. And the reason you should know that is because that determines why we talk about what the most.
The Packers.
Yes. That has nothing to do with my interests. I don't give a hoot about an NFL. I don't care. I've never
Wait.
watched an NFL game my whole life.
What?
I don't watch the Packers, don't watch anything.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Well, no,
All that
why
matters
are you
is when
smiling?
because
Say that.
the greatest and strongest support and fandom in this state is the Packers.
Okay.
So you talk about the Packers most. When when Aaron Rodgers was dealing with his contract, it was the same summer that the Bucks won the title.
And everybody's still
The
talking
numbers
about,
still talking about
Aaron.
still about Aaron Rodgers trumped by a large number interest over the Bucks winning a title. So who should you be talking about? The Bucks or the Packers?
Well-
or Aaron Rodgers? You decide, but if you don't talk Packers, you do it at your own risk.
Homer, I was in Cleveland. The Cavs won a championship, and their baseball team was in the World Series.
Yep.
And the Browns led the show. Every day, the Cleveland Browns
Those
led
are
the
smart
show.
people.
Well, with that being said, Homer, there are some things and comments you made about my Green Bay Packers that I want to discuss because
That's fine.
Homer said, since we got to talk about
Most
the Packers,
overrated player on the Packers, not even close.
oh, well,
Not even close.
the most overrated
Yes,
player
and I-
on the Packers. Well, Homer,
And
you know what?
who I'm mentioning. You
Well,
know who I'm going to mention.
I
I
don't know
wanna
who
know
you're talking about, but I
after-
want to hear it.
I
Right.
want to know after the break. We're going to find out who Homer believes is the most overrated player. I'm going to ask Homer why he believes the Packers have no chance to win the Super Bowl this year because they have a rookie kicker. We'll talk about that and coming up next here on Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Emperor Penguin. You'd be like, yes.
It looks like every other penguin.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
For 250 years, America has moved forward together. One generation, one family, one community at a time. At the Cunis Auto Group, we're proud to celebrate 250 years of freedom, progress, and the journeys that unite us. To mark this historic milestone, we're giving away 11 brand new vehicles with a total retail value of more than $250,000. Go online for one entry. Plus, enter in person at any Cunis Auto location, and it counts for 10 entries. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to enter. It's our way of saying thank you to the communities we serve and the customers who trust us to be part of their journey. Plus, we have over 1,776 vehicles under 30 grand group-wide, with payments for every budget. Happy 250th anniversary, America. Let's keep America moving together. See official rules and find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
Outfitting your team? Planning an event? That's a whole lot of moving pieces, and your custom apparel shouldn't be one of the headaches. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, you get more than just printed shirts. You get a local partner who helps you design it, order it, and gives you the confidence that will all come together on time. From team gear to company events, no job is too big. Big Frog delivers quality, guidance, and a smooth experience from start to finish. Skip the guesswork. Go local. Come see us in Mequon or just jump online. bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Wisconsin State Fair turns 175 this summer, and we only get better with age. Join us for 11 days of fun, iconic traditions, grand champion moments, and food that's absolutely worth the hype. Celebrate 175 years together and get your tickets today at wistatefair.com. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by T-Mobile, August 6th through 16th. We'll see you there.
Hey, it's Jen Latta. One thing I've learned while working with 2-Day Painting is that great communication makes all the difference. Their team walked me through every step of my exterior painting project, from color selection to scheduling and project completion. They've also won the Top Choice Award 5 years in a row, and after working with them, I understand why. Every project includes a free color consultation to help bring your vision to life. Schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
The Dude Perfect Squad Games Tour is headed to Fiserv Forum on July 24th. Bring your squad and get ready to experience the dudes like you've never seen them before. This new tour is filled with larger-than-life battles and unexpected twists. Tickets start at just $30 all in. Get ready for a night of excitement, laughter, and competition with Dude Perfect at Fiserv Forum on July 24th. And as the guys say, pound it, noggin. Get your tickets now at FiservForum.com. That's FiservForum.com.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Shout out to the Beeve. You can always watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Also, you can go to ESPN Madison on YouTube. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. No Ben Brust today. Homer is in for Ben Brust, our cousin sub of the day. Homer holding it down with that humongous bag. Do we need to get you a backpack? Because I think we have some.
No, I lost my backpack. I'm never going to get one again.
You don't want to get another one?
No, because I lost it. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever done in my life. How do you use a backpack? It's like losing your car or your house. You may forget where they are, but you can't lose it. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it was gone. I think I put it on the top of my car after I was looking for the keys, and then I drove off, and I might not have.
Did you retrace your steps?
I retraced every step, yes.
Wait,
and everything I had is in there.
But why does that stop you from getting a new one?
Too embarrassed to buy
Because I can't have something I can lose.
Yeah, but
you don't give yourself a second chance?
Yeah. What?
Can't you give yourself a second chance?
I got an alternative that I think is almost impossible to lose.
That's a picnic basket.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Can I ask you a question, Homer?
Can I buy you a backpack?
No, I'm not going to use a backpack.
Homer,
no, you can buy me all I want.
Homer,
I'm not. You buy. I don't want it. I
do
I'm
what you want.
This.
Do what you want to do, Homer. But
yeah, I don't think I can lose this.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say.
Yes.
Is that how long did you go in your life? And remember, you started off as a child. I don't know if what the backpacks look.
I think most people do start off as a child. I don't know. Does that make me anything different?
I don't know what the backpacks look like in the 1960s, but
they didn't have them.
Oh wow, you didn't take books.
I don't know when they started. No, you just carried the books.
There wasn't something. Oh, you just carried them in your hands.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how long you've been having backpacks for. But how long have you had backpacks for?
I don't know.
Okay, so
20 years, whatever.
20 years? You didn't have a backpack before that?
Say 30. Say whatever you want.
Okay, 30. So you mean to tell me you do so well for 30 years of keeping track of backpacks, and then all of a sudden, because you make one mistake out of 30 years, you say, nope, I've made a backpack. I can never get one again.
Excuse me, let me just ask. We can take a poll on this. Have you ever lost a backpack? This is a big backpack.
Yeah, people, yeah.
Have you ever lost a big backpack in your life? The answer is no.
Yes,
have you ever lost a big backpack? No, the backpack that has everything that you use, not just.
Do you know how many gyms, like when you would play like AAU basketball, you have all your stuff in a backpack? You throw the
this is
backpack
gym
off
stuff.
to the
This
side.
is like work stuff. This is like
you hadn't have a laptop in there, did you?
What?
You had a laptop in there?
Because I don't use a laptop.
So what? You had just notes?
Oh yeah, all the notes that for a full notebook. That, by the way, was an honor to my dad because it was his notebook when he was a professor at Notre Dame.
Oh, wow.
And another notebook that had every phone call I had ever gotten in 30 years.
Wait, what do you mean?
So
you wrote down every
all the phone numbers back before he'd have it. So like 300 phone numbers. They're all gone. I had the two hair pieces I wore on Channel 12 that I'm using. I need one tonight. I had to go buy another hairpiece.
Wait, I thought you got one off the.
I did for $7. I got to use it tonight because there's the Brewers are home and I got the dome open or dome closed and we have a sponsor.
I will hope we'll find out, but I'm assuming based on what is outside.
I believe it's going to be closed because of the weather.
The smoke. There's all that smoke out there.
Too, yes.
We're improving. I saw 217 that last check.
All right, now the air quality index has
Homer,
at 217.
Give yourself some grace.
No.
Give yourself a second chance. Get a backpack, but also quick follow up before we get to your overrated statement. Who is the most famous phone number you had on that book? You had in that book. Living or not anymore. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. There's all different radio and TV people. Who would be the? I don't know.
Any presidents?
No, I don't.
Any NFL MVPs?
No. I would think of more players or people that I interviewed.
Did you have Aaron Rodgers' phone number in there?
I think I did, but I don't think it's accurate anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna say if you find it, you might be able to contact Aaron Rodgers.
Not anymore.
Not
Even
anymore.
If I had it.
So, Homer, you said you teased going to break that out of nowhere, the most overrated player from the Packers. Who is
Matthew Golden?
Wow. Why is
because I don't understand why anybody talks about him like he's something special. When in whatever discussion you have to say that LaFleur thought there was nothing there.
That's not. I wouldn't say that.
He never once. Okay, if you talk about somebody as being talented, even though they're a rookie. Then when you have the meetings, people go like, well, this guy doesn't understand. It doesn't matter. We have to get him on the field. We have to get him on the field. We have to take advantage of his incredible skill. They never did that once the entire season. Not one game, not once.
Well, they did take advantage of his skill.
They had nobody left.
Against
They either
the Bears,
had me or him.
Against the Chicago Bears.
Because they had nobody left. That's the only reason.
Jaden Reed playing in that game. Christian Watson
How many
played
people
in that
were hurt?
game. What do you mean, at the receiver position?
Yeah.
They were
So
helped.
what they have?
Romeo Dobbs played in that game.
Watson's gone.
Watson was in that game against the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
And
I'll
they
have to go
gave
back and look at the game.
they gave him the ball in a position they should have gave him the ball more.
And why didn't they give it to him?
Because I think the Green Bay Packers, out of stupidity.
Okay, that's fine. Then you need to fire the coach if he's that good.
No. We have this thing with the Green Bay Packers where they like to develop guys and not just throw guys out there to be able to make an impact day one. Now, I know they said that Matthew Golden had an issue learning the playbook, but give them easy layups. You know what?
Right, and they didn't do that. Not one game. Why didn't they do that?
I could not tell you, Homer.
I can tell you why.
No, because you don't think they believe he's talented.
Yeah, they don't believe. They did
100%.
not believe he was good enough to accept the limitations he had.
I think they believe that they could not trust him. There's a difference between being good enough and trust.
Yeah, here's what you do, and you know this. You give them limited plays. You use them in limited situations. They never used him at all.
Well,
now, we got to get this. This is what happens when you know this guy's too good not to play.
Homer,
I know he doesn't do this. We got to run this play or this play. They ran no play for him the entire regular season, even though they had injuries at wide receiver. There's something that people are analyzing that is not accurate. Now, he may prove it wrong, and the reality is they didn't think he was good enough to put him on the field with whatever limitations he had, or they would have played him in some way to take advantage of this incredible skill that he has.
Can you be
speed?
Can you
never
be
drop
overrated if you're kind of just a prospect still, though?
The way people are talking about him on how good they think he is can be overrated.
Homer,
yes.
I think history will show for you to be wrong with
how good is he going to be?
I believe that Matthew Golden is the best wide receiver on this team.
He won't be there. He won't be this year.
He's better than if he gets.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Give him 101 targets. He's coming down with 75.
So
of those
this
balls.
guy's great, but we're not going to give him the targets.
I think. Again, I don't know what the Packers' full philosophy is. I'm very excited to see it because clearly this season, as we saw with the moves that they made, they let Romeo Dobbs walk. They traded Dontavian Wicks. And it seems to us, right, that Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, and Christian Watson are going to be the three guys that they look to get the ball to. Now, how that is disseminated and how Jordan Love decides who he's going to give the ball to, I don't know. It's to be seen. But I do believe that if Matthew Golden got the most pass attempt, the kid dropped 0 balls this year. I mean, he only had 30
and they still never threw him the ball.
Again, and it might just be to the fact that they did not trust him. If you can't be in the
Hold
right
on.
Homer, if you can't be in if you're supposed to, if you don't know the play, if you don't know the route you're supposed to run, then you can't be trusted to be on the field. No, you can't.
The coaches, if there is as good as you say, has never dropped a pass incredibly fast, they will put him in limited situations with limited plays, and that's what they do. They never did that in any game.
I think that's an indictment on your play caller and Matt LaFleur and your offensive coordinator.
Right, then he needs to be fired. If
Well,
he's that stupid, he should be fired.
I think that the offensive coordinator should have been fired because Adam Stinovich and TC, you may not be able to find
by the
this.
way, you understand the offensive coordinator of the Packers doesn't do diddly squat.
Well, he does.
There's one man who's the offensive coordinator. Who's the offensive coordinator?
But that's Matt LaFleur is the offensive coordinator. He
100% responsible for everything.
He's responsible, but
everything.
But Adam Stinovich got up there the week of the playoffs and talked about Matthew Golden, and basically he's not being ready. He's not ready.
You might as well have talked about him. Dude is of no significance in the offense. Only one man, 100%, LaFleur.
Yeah, I think with game planning, I think LaFleur
everything.
I think
what. So just so I understand, what does Stinovich do? That isn't controlled by LaFleur.
Well, I believe that Stinovich helps watch film. I believe he gets scouting reports for him.
Correct.
They probably have conversations about what they see and gives them tip. But the final play call is probably coming from Matt LaFleur.
Not only play calling, everything they do.
Yeah,
that's who he is. He's an offensive coordinator, right? He's also the head coach.
Well,
but he's an offensive coordinator.
Well, this is what Stinovich said before the playoffs. He said during his weekly press conference prior to the playoffs, Stinovich noted while Golden had a really bright future, he wasn't going to have a featured role in the postseason because Green Bay had a lot of really good options and too many mouths to feed. Now, this to me is an indictment on them because when they fed Matthew Golden at the freaking line of scrimmage where he didn't have to go run a route, he just basically had to do a little bubble. He caught it and took it to the house for a touchdown. That was impressive. So for me, to see a guy be able to do that in the big moment like the playoffs shows me he should have had a lot more opportunity. So, Homer, you can say that, he's not good enough. I don't think it's not good enough. I think the Green Bay Packers mishandled him.
Then you have to
I
fire
think the Green Bay Packers
fire him all.
No, that's why.
If the kid's as good as you say he is, to use him the way they did.
He wasn't going to be a difference maker in winning a Super Bowl.
Again, it's not a difference. It's how you use them. You can tell the players that they believe, even though they're young, are special by how they use them. They basically told you the dude is nothing.
No, they didn't.
Kyle, some of that you said like he wasn't going to be the difference of the Super Bowl. He could have been the difference late in a playoff game when your offense couldn't get a first down in the third quarter.
The RPO play that they ran there, maybe that's something they could have did when they were trying to run the ball and the offensive line couldn't move but that falls on Matt LaFleur for not being able to put his team in a position to be successful, especially in the third quarter when your offensive line is falling apart. How do you potentially beat a pass rush? Maybe quick passes or anything like that. It just seemed like the Packers couldn't do that.
If Golden is as good as you say this year, at the end of the year, they should fire LaFleur.
Who's better at their job, Matthew Golden or Matt LaFleur?
Well, that's quite an interesting question.
If Golden is as good as you say he's going to be, LaFleur should be fired.
Well,
for his refusal to give the kid a chance. They never gave him a chance the whole season.
I believe the Green Bay Packers believe in a pecking order. And when you look at the pecking order, despite him being a first-round pick for the Green Bay Packers, they decided that Romeo Doubs was more important to feed. They decided that when Christian Watson got healthy, he was more important to feed. They decided that Dontavian Wicks was more important to feed. They decided that
So you're not feeding him as often. But you're feeding him once in a while because he's too talented not to feed.
I think, Kyle, when did they draft Savion Williams?
They drafted Savion Williams in the third round.
I don't like Homer's use of overrated here. I think underutilized might be a better point. Yes. But it's hard to argue.
Then you're saying the people in charge are idiots.
Did get more touches.
That's what you're saying. The greater you say Golden is, the greater an idiot you think that the people running the offense are.
It seemed
you can't have it both ways.
It seemed that the Packers, specifically behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, tried to utilize giving the ball to Savion Williams to get the ball in his hand. I think that was a mistake, and I hope they rectify that and they clear that up this year, especially with the
why
approach
did they see it with him but didn't see it with Golden to anything close to the same degree? It's not like it was, they were about the same, they did the same. No, they basically said, based on the additional information you gave me, dude, nothing. Doesn't even deserve once in a while.
Homer, I think he had 30-some targets this year, 29 catches.
What did I have? How many did I have? I had as many targets as he did in how many games?
Zero.
I had the same number of targets as he did in how many other 17 games?
You did not. Homer, I see the Homer ways. You just you make these bold, crazy statements.
It's not bold. It's accurate. Now, he could end up being very good. I don't dispute that. But there is no dispute on how he was utilized by the Packers.
So I think calling him the issue I have is you call him overrated.
Right, because I have enough faith in LaFleur and them as a group to realize that they may think he's pretty good. They couldn't have thought he was as great as you say, or they would have found a way to play him once in a while.
So there's another guy named Marvin Harrison, which I'm not saying this is Marvin Harrison, but Marvin Harrison, his first 4 years in the NFL, it's not like he was this amazing wide receiver. He was good, but he didn't have 1,000 yards until his fourth season in the NFL.
I'd have to look to see as a rookie how they used him in terms of targets. And, again, the way you determine how a team feels about a player is not what they say, it's how they use him.
And
there was nobody with the Packers that was so great that you say, hey, we can't use him because we got this and this and this.
My hope is that the Packers will definitely utilize Matthew Golden in a better way this year, and I think it is clear I shouldn't say it's clear to us, but I do believe that we'll see Matthew Golden have a much better season this year and be utilized a lot more.
What's much better? What you said he had? Let's just say 30 catches.
Well, anything's going to be better.
No,
unless he quits. His numbers were so incredibly low.
He had 29 catches for 300 some yards, and then when you add in the playoff game,
name the number of Packer wide receivers. Let's look that up, or probably even rookie. I don't know rookie wide receivers because people didn't act like can't be playing because you don't know the other players that were on the team. Earlier today was what about Jordy Nelson as a rookie? Fine, tell me the other wide receivers they had, which would explain why you wouldn't use them as much. There's no way to defend the lack of use of Matthew Golden other than that they didn't think he was anything special.
Homer, I'll say this. So by the end of this season, if we remember this conversation, you will be saying Matt LaFleur should be fired, regardless of how the result is. Will be, even if the Packers make it to an NFC Championship, you will be saying Matt LaFleur should have been fired.
If Golden has a year as good as you say he's going to have, yes, LaFleur should be fired for not using Matthew Golden as a rookie more.
Matthew Golden should have, literally, that kid should have 90 targets this year, and I promise you he will deliver. He will deliver.
So
for the Green Bay
90
Packers.
targets. What does that mean? 90 targets means 75 catches, or
I would
75 to 70.
75. All right.
I would say
you
70.
want in terms of the how good 75 catches for what 1,000 yards,
75 catches
8
for at least
touchdowns.
900.
What?
At least 900. 70,
Okay.
70 for 900.
At
Trying
least
to do an average
900.
because he probably going to average like 13,
Right,
14
because
yards
we
per
all
catch.
agree on this. His numbers are going to be better than they were last year.
You have to be. There's no more Romeo Dobbs. There's no more Dontavian Wicks.
75, at least 900 yards, and how many touchdowns?
I think
over under 5.5.
It should be over that. Only reason I'm hesitant with 8 touchdowns is because a lot of times once you get into the red zone, then you're talking about
Right.
Tucker Kraft. You're talking about
Right.
Christian Watson, who's
We'll
really,
go with
really good in the
6
red
or
zone.
7. What do you want to do?
Yeah,
with 6?
7.
I smell a bet coming on.
What?
Oh, this is what Homer's doing,
Homer
huh?
set you up.
I'm not setting you up.
Homer-
There's nothing.
Homer- in the new notebook, Homer's setting me up here.
There's no. What is setting what up? There's no setting.
You
up.
wrote down the numbers. And I
Yes,
think
because I want to. Otherwise, I'll forget them.
No, I think the next fair question here is, Kyle, can you text your significant other and say, can I put $20 on the over for these numbers?
For what's the
Well,
what
the
are the numbers?
problem
Hold
for
on, what are the
me-
numbers available? Because they'll be available online.
I just checked the Potawatomi Sportsbook and I
They
didn't
don't
see
have it
any.
yet.
I didn't see any yet.
I would say that every stat that's there, what was said would mean it's an over.
He to me.
These numbers are going to
Yes.
be over what's expected for Matthew Gold. So you got a lot of money you could win.
The utilization, to me, the problem is I don't know how they're going to utilize them, but I would expect them to utilize them a lot more this year based off the fact that you
I
have
agree with
guys
that.
that are gone. But I do believe, Homer, when you look at the 3 wide receivers, I call them. I don't want to call them the big 3.
Jaden Reed will have a better year than Matthew Golden.
I think who has the biggest season? Who has the highest ceiling of them all? Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, or Christian Watson?
I'll have to look at it more. I would probably have Golden third right now.
See,
I think that's kind of fair,
I'm a
too.
bit-
Like,
I
this
see
room
the-
could be really, really good.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that when you say this room could be really, really good, you're talking about Christian Watson going to year 5, Jaden Reed going to year 4, and then you got Matthew Golden going to year 2.
Right.
I believe all those guys are good, right? But my whole thing is that at this point, Jaden Reed, who hasn't been healthy always, and then had dropped off a couple years ago, and then Christian Watson, they've had opportunities to show us their greatness. But they've had things that hamper them from being able to show us their pure
True.
greatness at a high level. And so I'm not going to play this game of, oh, man, when they have a chance. No. We going into year 5 and going to year
All right,
4.
so
ain't
you
no
rank
more of
them.
that. So number 1, to me, ceiling-wise, it goes Golden, it goes Watson, it goes Reed. That is the ceiling. I think Matthew Golden is the best wide receiver on this roster. Best wide receiver.
That's a lot
Though
of faith.
you're not, are you saying that will be the case this year, or you think over the whole course of his career he'll have a better career than the others?
He'll have a better career. No,
Okay.
I think if there's one thing the Packers can do, if they decide that Matthew Golden's going to be featured, he would deliver for us. I stand on that. 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talker text line. Where less is more. Yes, it is me and Home Slice today holding it down on Kyle and Brust as Ben Brust is on assignment today. Ron, I see you. We're going to definitely get to you on the other side. But Kyle and Brust, we'll continue this conversation talking about the most overrated Packer. And I also want to ask Homer why he believes the Packers basically have no chance to win a Super Bowl this year, all because of one off-season decision that they made.
Rust.
Payback is I sure have. I still got a video from a lady talking crazy to me. I said, oh, ma'am, I am writing a review.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Summer and baseball go hand in hand. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Carbless is helping fans swing into full flavor all season long. Whether you're at the ballpark, tailgating with friends, or catching the game from home, Carbless delivers bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail that's ready wherever summer takes you. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories, gluten-free and full of flavor. Carbless. Find your bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com. Brookfield.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs. And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
This summer, turn up the tradition. Join us July 24th through 26th at the Henry Meyer Festival Park for Germanfest Milwaukee. Experience authentic German food, live music, cultural exhibits, family fun, the Pink Energy Run, Dachshund Derby, and backed by popular demand, Vox Club. Then kick off the weekend at our opening ceremony on Friday, July 24th at 5 p.m. in the Oktoberfest tent. We have a special surprise planned that you won't want to miss. Plus, be part of our history at the first ever Germanfest Polka Mass. For more info, visit Germanfest.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience saving businesses money. I want to speak to you small business owners and make a bold statement. I will bet you our team can put at least $25,000 in your pocket. Yes, you heard right, $25,000. We work closely with small businesses to help them use tax strategies and develop processes and procedures to make their business generate cash to keep in their pocket. My team and I have saved clients thousands of dollars by using our knowledge and experience to develop strategies tailored to your business. Would you like to see if you can do it? Your only cost is 33 minutes of your time. That's right, just 33 minutes, and who knows how much you can pocket. Remember, you earned it, we help you keep it. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask the $25,000 question. That's 414-325-2040, or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's Neal group.net.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, baby, what a show we have as Homer is in for Ben Brust here on Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin. You can join today's conversation at 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. You can also watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a share, and give us a subscribe, as we're having a conversation about the fact that Homer believes that Matthew Golden is the most overrated player. Yes, the most overrated player on this Green Bay Packers roster. We want to hear from you. Who is the most overrated player on this Packers roster? 800-990-3776 is the Carbos Talking text line, where less is more. And Ron, you're on Kyle and Brust. What are your thoughts on Matthew Golden being the most overrated player on the Packers roster?
He hasn't actually proven that much in the pros. But what I want to propose to you guys is, if he does really well this year, I say it could be an argument that LaFleur is a good coach. Because if he gave him the opportunities last year that you guys say he might have been able to, but we all presume the reason he didn't was because he either couldn't get the playbook or he was running the wrong routes. And this year he does run the right routes and understand the playbook. Maybe if he got the opportunities last year, despite learning what he needed to learn, he wouldn't have improved. when you let your kid do something, even when they keep on doing it wrong, there's no incentive to do it better. If your result is, hey, if I can avoid putting you on the field, if you're not going to learn this crap, I'm going to. That could be what gets Golden to go, crap, I got to learn this stuff or I'm never going to get to showcase how good I am.
Oh, wow. Oh,
wow. That's a nice sell.
What? Oh, wow. That was Homer?
Yeah, I think this is LaFleur. I think this is LaFleur.
You think Ron is LaFleur?
Yeah, I think he's just using Ron.
I mean, but Homer, he has a point because a lot of times Homer, you come from old school, rewarding
Just
people.
old school. It's not from any school. They do it now.
Rewarding
You're talented. I'm going to find a way to get the damn dude on the field.
No. What happened?
He's so fragile. Now, if he's as fragile,
now he's fragile.
To take that approach, you must assume the player's fragile.
What do you mean to take that approach to say that you got to earn it? That's not fragile.
Not a question of earning it.
Yeah,
you don't earn that speed. You earned it with the speed. You earned it. But you just told me he never dropped a pass. You told me he never dropped passes.
He has dropped 0
I would tell you
passes
this. As we go back to the comments that Golden had during the year, he damn well thought he'd earned it, and the bastards didn't play him.
They didn't play him.
So he didn't feel like he didn't earn it. He felt he had earned it and didn't understand why they didn't use him, right?
He better keep working hard. Work harder.
Well, fine.
Work harder.
Yeah,
work
harder, yes.
I like that mentality.
Yeah,
I like that. You got to everything in life should be earned. And Matthew Golden learned that.
He didn't drop a pass in training camp.
Thank
you got to work harder. They're just making crap up.
I mean, but they have a point. Like, again, I see what you're saying, Homer, and I agree. I think if somebody's as talented as Matthew Golden is, and especially what you saw, again, it was just one playoff game and one pass where he made a great play. That is a guy that you need to find a way to put the ball in his hands as many times as possible and make it as easy as possible as well.
And again, if this occurs, then that just tells me, and again, that one of the reasons he did it was because Golden's fragile. I got to treat him that way to get the best out of him.
No, that wouldn't make you fragile. What make him fragile is giving him opportunities because you don't want him to fall apart. A fragile individual falls apart and breaks.
No, you can't give him opportunities because he'll mess up and he'll be too negative after he messes up.
He wasn't saying that. No, the fragile part, Homer, is the fact that if you don't give him opportunities, he's going to fall apart. That's when people have fragile because you got to work with them with care. Being stern on somebody and saying, you need to earn the opportunity to be on the football field, that is not teaching somebody fragile. That's being stern with somebody and saying, you got to earn these opportunities. And I think Matthew Golden definitely is going to have to earn these opportunities.
All right. Well.
And now, if I was the coach of the Packers, which I would never be the coach of the Packers because I'm not a football mind like that. That's never going to happen. I would definitely find a way to get him the ball as much as possible because I think Christian Watson is really talented. I think Jaden Reed has showed us how talented he is. But I think Matthew Golden, he was drafted in the first round for a reason. He was drafted top 23 for a reason because he can be that dang good. But Homer, who's your so you think your most overrated player is Matthew Golden on the entire roster?
Yeah, in terms of the way people are talking about him, yeah.
800-990.
Most underrated
Who is that?
I want to say, I don't know if underrated is the right word, but there's a historically bad opinion about Keyshawn Nixon.
Why do you, so you think Keyshawn Nixon is what?
People need to thank him every day for being way better than anybody thought because, one, his level is way beyond what would be a legitimate expectation, and two, Packers are so bad at that position, he's bailing them out.
But no, Homer.
No?
He's not bailing them out.
Sure he is.
He's part of the problem. Keyshawn Nixon is part of the problem. And again,
how is he part of the problem? He was a nobody. They didn't even come. He came in to be
Valentine and Keyshawn Nixon, they're fine. They're okay NFL corners, but they're not championship-level NFL corners. They're not guys. When Micah Parsons.
Whose fault is that?
That's the Packers' fault for putting them out there. So so no, I'm not going to thank him.
Sure, you
What
should.
am I thanking him for?
Because
you know how many
he's
corners
far
to come
better.
in and
He's
do what
far
he's
better.
doing.
No,
yes,
he's far
yes.
better.
No, he's
then
not
you might
far
think
better.
He's overrated. He's a number 2. He's not a number 1.
Yeah, but they put him in position number 1, and he's as a
That's
number.
not his fault.
He's a good number 2, but I mean he's replaceable. He's replaceable. When guys are easily replaceable.
No, number 2s are not easily replaceable.
Well, listen. If I had to choose between, if I would try to find a better number 2 than Keyshawn Nixon.
Okay,
that's me.
All right,
that's personal. But I mean, I guess I just don't. The Packers should be thanking Keyshawn.
Yes,
Nixon.
he's
That's
way
crazy.
better than they could have anticipated he would
be. When they got
him.
That's true.
Yeah, well, that's the key.
That is true. But
how bad would they be without him? How bad would their cornerbacks be without him? Who'd be the number one now?
Who'd be the number one now?
Yeah.
I mean, from my perspective, I don't think there's too big of a gap between Keyshawn and Carrington Valentine.
Okay.
I think Keyshawn Nixon is a better tackler than Carrington Valentine, but I wouldn't say he's a tremendously better cover corner than Keyshawn Nixon. And when it comes to the rookie and Brandon Cisse, I think Brandon Cisse is just less experienced than Keyshawn Nixon. But there's a reason why they drafted Brandon Cisse, because they're probably not going to keep Keyshawn Nixon, and Brandon Cisse is going to take over, and he will probably more than likely should have a better career than Keyshawn Nixon.
In Nixon's defense, he's a kick returner. That position kind of is irrelevant now, who turned himself into a corner.
No. I'm not taking any credit away from his journey, because his journey is tremendous.
Any chance of the Packers being good depends in a large degree on Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah, but
it never should.
Then they're not going to be good.
And that is, and I think,
yeah,
but
fine.
Homer, you're telling us the problem. The problem is that when you look at what the Los Angeles Rams did this offseason, Homer, do you know the two biggest moves they made this offseason, what they were?
Let's see. They picked up a guy who can get to the quarterback.
And
then they picked up a cornerback that cost a lot of money.
Exactly. They got Trent McDuffie and they got Myles Garrett. That is a team right there that is telling you that we believe that we are so close to winning a Super Bowl, because they went to the NFC Championship game last year, that we're going
Did they
to find
get rid of a
number
veteran kicker and bring in a rookie who'd never kicked at the Rams? Who do they have as a kicker? I'm just curious about that.
I want to talk to Homer next about why
that was what you teased before we went to this
Yeah,
segment.
we're gonna talk a little bit about why Homer believes the Packers have no chance of making it to a Super Bowl.
That's correct. Yeah, they understand how little the chance is. Not just Homer. They understand it.
Homer's gonna tell you why the Packers believe they can't make it to a Super Bowl next.
Brust.
Man, Kyle, do you ever know what you're talking about?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going, because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Milwaukee just got hotter. Announcing the Buys of Summer sales event at Ewald Automotive Group. Get the lowest prices guaranteed on new vehicles. We'll beat your best price by $500, or we'll pay you $500 cash. Guaranteed. Shop over 1,500 vehicles and make no payments until September. 11 brands, 10 locations, one easy experience. Don't miss Ewald's Buys of Summer sales event.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
With approved credit, interest accrues from date of purchase. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
The Dude Perfect Squad Games Tour is headed to Fiserv Forum on July 24th. Bring your squad and get ready to experience the dudes like you've never seen them before. This new tour is filled with larger-than-life battles and unexpected twists. Tickets start at just $30 all in. Get ready for a night of excitement, laughter, and competition with Dude Perfect at Fiserv Forum on July 24th. And, as the guys say, pound it, noggin. Get your tickets now at FiservForum.com. That's FiservForum.com.
Veterans, have you explored your benefits lately? The Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs stands ready to serve Wisconsin veterans, their families, and their survivors. With our partners like your local county or tribal veteran service officer, we can help access the benefits you've earned and the support you need. For more information, please visit wisvets.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs with funding provided by the Milwaukee Brewers and the Brewers Community Foundation.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. You can always watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and ESPN Madison on YouTube. I'm Kyle Wallace, no Ben Brust today, but we are joined by Homer from the Homer Hour. You can hear the Homer Hour 5 to 6 weekdays on ESPN Milwaukee and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. I didn't realize Homer was on in Beaver Dam, too. I heard they're a big fan of Homer out there in the Beav.
Great.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Now, Homer, a lot of debate going on today as Homer said Matthew Golden is the most overrated Packer on the roster. But Homer also believes that the Packers made one move this offseason that showed their hand on how much they actually believe that they can win the Lombardi Trophy in 2026-2027.
Correct.
Homer, what one move did the Green Bay Packers make that showed their hand on what exactly their expectations
drafted
are?
a kicker and expect him to be the kicker.
Now, Homer, so you think because they drafted a kicker,
Yeah.
and they didn't go out and sign a veteran kicker, or they didn't run back Brandon McManus,
Yes. McManus.
is that the Packers
better
believe
than-
that they're not winning a Super Bowl this
Right. They're willing to take a risk on a rookie kicker, knowing nothing about him, and knowing that they can't know anything about him until it gets late in the year, and they're willing to risk that. And that tells me that they think they believe that this is a year of development. They like the team. They think they're going to be good, but they're building and leading toward next season, 2027 rather than 2026. Because if you thought it was close, there's no way you would put it on a rookie kicker who you accept. You'll have no idea how good he is, even at the time late in the year when it gets cold or gets windy and all the struggles of kicking, as they know very well from Lambeau Field.
Homer, so you do realize there have been it's not something that, you want to do every year, but I mean, I don't know how many rookie kickers there are every year in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2024,
Yeah.
Jake Moody
Yeah.
kicked in the NFL Super Bowl. He was a rookie.
Okay.
It looks like Jake Elliott in 2018.
Okay, who else
though
did
he
they
wasn't a
have? Who
rookie,
did they
was
have
first-
the year before as a kicker? To where part of to me is that they have, and granted they were upset with McManus at the end of the year, understandably so, but he's a veteran kicker who's been successful. I'll look back. Jake Moody, where?
Jake Moody for the San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
And McManus, he lost that game against the Bears. I wanted to be very clear that people
Fine.
say
he lost it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he lost the game. He missed 2 field goals and he missed the extra point. You
Right.
make the extra point, at least you get another opportunity to kick another field goal.
Jake Moody and the 49ers, what year?
That was in 2024.
Okay.
It was he beat the Packers that year.
He sure
hit his field goals. Carlson didn't.
He sure did. Andres, or they call him Andy. I can't. The kicker for the Patriots. I don't know if I know how to say his last name. Borregos.
Last year
in the Super
Okay.
Bowl. Tell you. Drafted out of Miami. He kicked in a Super Bowl.
Are you looking? What are you googling? Are you looking up rookie kickers? That
Rookie
kick in
kick Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowls?
Yeah.
McPherson did it
Evan
with the Bengals
in
a couple years
2022.
ago. Jake
Yep.
Elliott was a rookie with the Eagles.
Or
And then
first-year kicker.
Adam Vinatieri actually kicked against the Packers, it looks like,
in the Super Bowl when he was a rookie. So
I believe it was that year. His rookie year was 1996. So I think that was the year that Favre beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
So, Homer.
Yes.
There has been a track record in the
Mhm.
last 20 years that we have seen kickers in more recent history. Last year, kickers kick in a Super Bowl.
I
So,
think we just listed 5 losses, though, just for the record.
I mean, they were losses.
No, I'll look into those and see who they had.
The year
and
before?
it may mean they don't. Yeah, that means they don't believe that McManus is any good.
I mean, do you believe McManus was any good?
He's better than Smack.
No,
yes,
no,
this year.
See,
without a doubt.
This is the thing, Homer.
Not even close.
I think one thing that we have to recognize.
And he understands about kicking in Green Bay, which is of note by people who've kicked there.
And Ryan Longwell says he works closely with Trey Smack, so maybe Trey Smack will have an opportunity to learn from Ryan Longwell. You can go back and listen to that interview with Wilde and Tausch, where the great Packers kicker Ryan Longwell joined Wilde and Tausch to talk about his experience kicking in Green Bay and how he's had conversation with Trey Smack to help him prepare for kicking in Green Bay.
Not just Trey Smack. He deals with a number of kickers.
It was a cool connection. That was that interview probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I
I
had
heard
him
it.
on, and it was already a while ago. Yeah, it was interesting. But also McManus couldn't get it done in Chicago, so he had to go.
He
had
did
to go.
And the biggest thing for me, Homer, is that McManus had lingering injury issues with his legs
Correct. Last
during this
year,
season.
yes.
And so the older you get, and it seems like maybe he couldn't hit from the distance as well, he probably was trending downhill this season. I thought it was shocking that the Packers didn't at least keep him on the roster because they had already paid him his $1 million bonus. So I don't believe if they would have cut him now or cut him later, it would have mattered. But I'm shocked they didn't keep him on the roster to compete with Trey Smack or just have him around Trey Smack. That was the thing that surprised me the most.
Okay.
All right. So 800-990-3776. That is the Carbos Talking text line where less is more. And Mio in Rockford, you have some thoughts about the cornerback room and the linebacker room being tarnished?
Yeah. What's up? How are you guys?
Doing well, Mio. How about yourself?
Yeah. I'm great, man. And I'm not going to lie. Listening into it right now, we're talking about the reason the Packers aren't going to go to the Super Bowl is because of the kicker. Like, we're dumbing all the way down to the kicker, guys. It's way bigger.
Homer, Mio saying
issue.
you dumbing it down to the kicker, Homer. What is your response to Mio?
My response is it's reflective of some of the things that they've done, not just the kicker. McManus is going to miss the first half of the season. They're accepting some issues in the offensive line. They've added some veteran players, but I think they view this year as it'd be nice, and maybe they have other injuries to address to see how Zach Time comes back, to see how Watson is.
Of course.
All those things, to me, and this one being an additional one, they believe that they're a year away, and so let's use the year to get our rookie kicker improved.
I don't think we're even close to a year away, Homer. I don't even think we're close to 5 years, and it's a very simple reason to why.
Why is that?
Now, all right, so first of all, what is me all backwards, Kyle? It's Liam. And the Chicago Bears whooped y'all asses, you pussies.
Dump. You didn't hear that?
I don't know. He's a Bears fan.
It got dumped. We're fine.
Homer said what?
No, he was a Bears fan, just trolling or whatever they say. What's the word for that?
That was a troll call.
It was trolling.
It's pretty good.
I mean, the issue with the Bears is the head coach has discovered that, and he believes that the head coach of the Packers is soft and is doing everything he can to just be a pain in the butt, and that includes what the players are saying and everything.
Let's just call it what it is for callers like that. Good God, are Bears fans annoying? They won one. We can do the rest of the show on that. They won one playoff game. Granted, they beat the Packers. Good for them.
They won the division.
Like
the Packers haven't done it in 4 years.
The Packers used to win the division all the time. It
they
didn't
used
equate
to,
rings.
yes.
But when it didn't equate to rings, we didn't care. They could die happy.
We did initially.
Win.
Packers did initially.
Yeah,
they
when
wanted to
Favre
win
won his first one.
Well, before they had that, if you sucked as bad as the Bears have for most of the years, then you'd have the same approach like the Packers did before they started to win.
The Bears were in the Super Bowl in 2010.
Are the Bears a legitimate competitor for the Packers? Yes or no?
I think so, yes.
Yeah,
and I think it's a great question. I think they're good, but they're way too happy about the minimal success they've had the last couple of years.
I'll say this about the Bears for this
be.
season. I think the Bears are a good team. I still think they have flaws on that defense that They think they showed up. Their defense wasn't very good last year. And the way that they played this past season, they won a lot of games with comebacks. And you need to have more consistent play because that's just not sustainable. You saw the Minnesota Vikings have a level of a lot of comebacks and winning close games, but it's just not sustainable. That's why I think the Chicago Bears will take a step back this year. I think the quarterback with Caleb Williams that they have gives them an opportunity.
He's good.
I do
and
think
that's okay.
Roma Dunze gives them opportunity. Luther Burden gives them an opportunity. Colston Loveland gives them an opportunity. I think the Bears have pieces, but can they bring it all together? Winning in the NFL is not easy. Just because you have one good season does not mean that consistency is going to follow. And so it's to be seen. That's why I think the Bears fans should be excited. But my whole argument the whole time is that, y'all, growth is not linear. That's as a Packers fan, we know 100% that. We looked at a Packers team go 3-6, and then all of a sudden finish the season so strong that they found themselves in a divisional round game. You would have thought the Packers were building in the right direction. The Packers are still a good team, but they haven't gotten further than what they did in Jordan Love's first season as a starter when we're talking about how young this team is and how the guys were running the wrong routes. They haven't been able to outperform that team in the playoffs that was young and inexperienced.
And why is that?
I mean, there's a lot of factors that play into that. But at the end of the day, Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love just did not get it done. And so that's why I say it should always be careful with thinking that 1 year just means all of a sudden you're going to be great. The Patriots made the Super Bowl this year. The Patriots may never go back to the Super Bowl. Drake may never reach the Super Bowl again. How many Super Bowls did Matt Ryan go to?
1.
Okay. I'm just saying. Just because you make Dan Marino.
How many did Aaron Rodgers go to?
Just one. And he went to one at the age of 28, was he?
27. They all won it at 27.
So, yeah. So, again, just because you get there early, it's so hard to get back. And just because you had one winning season doesn't mean everything is going to come together. So that's why I always just warn Bears fans and warn other folks.
Fair, but and I know we got to get to break here, but had the Packers beat the Bears in the playoffs, we'd be running our mouths too. In your heart of hearts, Kyle, a little truth serum, you kind of love that it's a good rivalry.
No,
again.
I hate it.
No,
do you really?
No,
I want them to kick their butt every game.
Like
I don't
that
want.
Are so much
I know
fun.
they're just nuts. They're crazy. Why do I want a competitor to be good? I want to crush them. I want to win the division 6-0. I don't.
Yeah, I want to
What
do
benefit
it too.
is that?
And it's gonna be. They're gonna be good football
There's
games.
no
The Packers
benefit.
have the
There's
upper hand.
no logical benefit if you are a logical Packer fan to want the rivalry to be good.
1, no such thing as a logical Packers fan. 2,
well, any
for
fan.
these purposes,
It's
it's
just
awesome.
wrong.
No, I see.
Brewers, Cubs.
You
want to
lose?
Awesome. Bears, Packers being
No,
good.
I don't see.
I want the Cubs. I would appreciate if the Cubs would lose every game. The Bears would lose every game because it would make it easier for my
but don't
team.
you also want to see the Bears in the playoffs again?
No, Tony.
No.
Because I want that.
Tony,
Give me
Tony,
that all day.
Tony, I don't think you understand one thing about me. I'm keeping 100 with people. My biggest pet peeve is
what
when
is your biggest pet peeve?
Is delusional people who don't live in reality. You can't tell me one thing and then act like it, or you can't do one thing and ignore that other things don't exist. You can't tell me, the Bears fans can't tell me, we're great. We're now on top of the Packers, as if it's guaranteed. Like, you guys sucked for a long time. Don't sit here and tell me that you 100% believe that sucking is over. You don't know that to be true. I don't like arguing with delusional people, and Bears fans are delusional. These are the same people that would tell you, in Jordan Love's first year as a starter, and Justin Fields' last year as a starter for the Bears, they would have told you going into Week 18, they would rather have Justin Fields as their quarterback than Jordan Love. They're in Delulu land. So, no, I don't want them to have any happiness. I don't want them to have any joy. No, I don't deal with stupidity. I don't.
You are a sports radio and a political show host.
I try
to
to
deal with stupidity for 10 hours a day.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I love having a platform to call out stupidity.
You interview politicians. You deal with delusion all day. This is just fun.
It's not fun because it's not fun to have Bears fans be happy. I don't want them to be happy. That's just me. I don't want them to be happy. Like you say, it's fun to have them in the playoffs. No, because they made the playoffs. That means they had a successful season.
Who would you rather? I want to win playoff games. We obviously know that. But who would you rather beat in a playoff game? Leading up to it, you have to play the Seattle Seahawks, who are the
easiest team,
Super Bowl champions,
the worst team
or you
ever.
can play the Bears.
I'll play whoever.
I want to play the
we
worst
know that.
team.
I mean, would it be
the Bears are going to be good? They're going to be in the playoffs. We might as well embrace it.
Are they going to be in the playoffs this year?
You think the Bears will be in the playoffs?
So wait, what makes you believe they're
Wow,
in the playoffs?
the Bears are going to be in the playoffs this year. I got to think about that.
They have a good coach. They have good offensive weapons. They have a very solid quarterback.
Tony,
the Bears are good.
So Tony, I guess for me, we'll go to break here. When I look at the Bears this year, I think they can be good, but their schedule's harder.
The
Detroit Lions have an easy schedule this year. The Detroit Lions are still a very good team, and guess what? The Bears last year in the division, they were 2-4 in the division last year. This division is not a cakewalk. Just because you don't know what the Vikings are going to have at a quarterback doesn't mean you're going to blow the Vikings out. Kyler Murray could turn around and be good again. Right?
He will be good again.
And so my whole thing is the division's not a cakewalk. There's not one game in the division that I can look at the Packers and say, oh, we're going to just run through them. Week 1 against the Vikings is not going to be easy for the Packers. They better get ready. They better get ready to go to Minnesota in a tough place to play and get ready for a hell of a football game because Kevin O'Connell's going to have that team ready to ball. And the Packers better be ready. Matt LaFleur better have them ready. This division is not easy.
I'm not saying the division's easy.
You can't go 2-4 in the division and think that all of a sudden that you can't look. The Bears have blind spots just like a lot of other teams too.
But the Green Bay also has a lot of them.
I agree. I'm not saying that, but I'm taking the Packers over the Chicago Bears based off the schedule that they have, and I just think they're a more talented roster. The Packers. We go back to this all the time. We were 9-3-1. Heading into Denver, and we're handling the Denver Broncos even in the second half. Now, the way the team handled, Homer's talked about it a lot, the way the team did not handle guys going down and we did not win a game.
Yeah, that's on their coach.
That's on their coach. And so you got to right the ship on that. But the player, and then you get some of those players back. But 800-990-3776. Will the Chicago Bears make the playoffs? That is the conversation that we're having. Who's more likely to make the playoffs, the Packers or the Bears?
That's easy.
800-990-3776. That's the Carbless Talking text line. You could also watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017. By going to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. That's ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. This is Kyle and Brust.
Life's better under our roof. At Grimaud & Associates with American Family Insurance, we know life isn't one size fits all. That's why we help protect what matters most. Your home, your car, and the people who count on you. Ben Brust here for Grimaud & Associates. Bundle your home and auto insurance to simplify coverage and save on the policies you need most. Contact Grimaud & Associates Insurance today at 414-332-0838.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Start the second half of the Brewers season with a stacked series against the Marlins. The whole city's invited to celebrate Noche de Cerveceros Friday, July 17th. Then get the latest Brandon Woodruff Brewers bobblehead, courtesy of PNC Bank, Saturday the 18th. Treat the family to a summer Sunday at the ballpark for Paw Patrol Day on the 19th. Plus, family vibes are through the roof with special kids activities every Sunday. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and builds spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations, people lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
It is hour 2 of Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. No Ben Brust today, but Homer, the legendary Homer, is in today. Why'd you smile, Homer? You like that? You like that? It's true.
No.
No, but it's true. It's true. Homer, come on.
Okay.
You've been in this game long enough to know it's true. You one of the GOATs. I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, you are probably, I would say, one of the, I would say the GOAT of Wisconsin sports talk radio, but I would say who else is in the same class as Steve the Homer True when it comes to radio right now?
He's not even going to turn his microphone on for that.
I mean,
you talking about
what
in
am
Wisconsin?
No, I don't.
No, I mean, I know in Wisconsin, I can't think of
nobody.
nobody. You're in a class of your own. I hope I can be in my 70s one day, sitting here and having a radio show and be able to come and do my thing. Homer, that's fun. That's awesome.
Homer, to be fair, I just hope I can get to my 70s. So
there you go.
Radio doesn't even have to be involved. I just hope I can get there.
You will. People are getting to the 70s more and more all the time.
They are. But 800-990-3776. Before we get into everything, somebody wants to say hello to you. Dirty D in McGuanago. What's happening?
Hi, Homer.
Hi, Dirty D.
How are you? I just gotta say, oh baby.
All right, there it is.
It's
oh
good.
baby.
Yeah.
Where did that catchphrase come from?
I think it came from playing golf, and I said it after I hit a shot, and somebody said you can't say that after your own shot, and so I did, and then I started using it in basketball. It seems like I did something else. I used to say "living the dream," and then Dick Vitale was using that, and I thought I can't use it if he uses it. People will think I stole it. So,
Homer, question for you: we've been talking about the Green Bay Packers because Homer, you told me as the guest today, because you told me earlier this week that it was my show and that I had to host my show, even though you are a daily radio show host who's been doing it for many years when it comes to driving a show. But you told me I had to host my show.
Yes, you know the show. You know the people that are on the show, and you can decide.
And then I heard you talk earlier today on Wildy and Tausch from 9 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin about how, it's
Tausch wanted me to do the show, and then I did it in a way he didn't like, so he took over.
I heard he took over the last 2 hours, huh?
No, it lasted. I thought he would take over before the first hour was over. It actually lasted about 30 minutes.
Oh.
I told him I thought he was wearing a shirt that looked like he was homeless. And then I said, we're going to do a poll question. Does Tausch, she says, this is over. I'm taking over.
Wait a minute, Homer. Wait, you said, and coming from Homer knows homeless-looking shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could agree. Homer he throws on whatever shirt he sees and comes to work.
And he didn't like that being a potential discount liquor Twitter poll question, so he said, I'm taking over. And I assumed I would do other things that would irritate him, but this was even faster than I thought. So
this is no slight on any other show, but when Homer and Tausch team up, it's always epic. I had not heard that one, but it's always great.
I'm sure it was. Homer. Now, Homer,
yes, we do argue. We think alike, and it's amazing that as often as we think alike, I'm right so often and he's wrong so often.
That's crazy. Can't wait to.
I just going to tell you,
Green Bay
Tausch,
game night.
I wasn't a team player, but we had years ago. Brooks Bollinger was on. It was the quarterback.
Oh, from Wisconsin.
And we were talking about how Tausch, and I said, so did you guys have any battles and verbal? And he goes, oh no. He said the second Tausch started, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm not getting in that. Smart guy. Smart. No, Tausch is good at it.
Yeah.
Bollinger's like, I'm not going to win. I got other stuff to do. I thought. I knew you were good. Now I know how smart you were.
That's why Brooks Bollinger was able to be part of that rejuvenation of the Wisconsin Badgers football program.
He understood everything. And getting in verbal battles with Tauscher, one, they never end. And two, he wisely said, then I'm probably going to lose most of them, so let's go on to other stuff. Find somebody else. And
Homer, I also heard you telling a story about how you got into how you ended up getting a morning show that led. You said, I'm not gonna lie to you. You said something on air that caught me off guard. You said son of a something, and I said, oh wow, Homer, that's aggressive.
The guy who fired me.
Don't say it.
Why? You can't say that. Why can't you say that? I think you can say that.
But I don't.
Homer, I've learned a lot of things producing radio over the years, and one thing I've learned recently: if Kyle thinks it's past the line, it's past the line.
Oh yeah, no, I have
that line is in the rear.
People
view.
say son of a. Hold on, just calm down. People say that all the time on radio. All the time.
No, they don't. What, Sirius XM? Maybe, probably.
No, different shows I've listened to.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. I just. I heard it caught me off guard when you said that. But it was a really good story you were telling about your journey.
Okay.
It was very interesting. Very, very interesting. But Homer also.
Wish I'd have never had that journey.
Well, it made you better, and then you were very vulnerable.
Definitely
as well.
didn't make me better.
You don't think it didn't motivate you at all?
No.
It just hurt you?
Yes.
You don't think it
Dude
helped
was
you?
nuts. He was wrong.
He
That
was
wasn't just me. He did it with other people. Yeah.
All right. Well, Homer,
So
talking about being wrong, I want to know if you think this person is right or wrong for taking the stance and having the beliefs that they have about their journey from Milwaukee now to Miami.
Obviously, you're known as number 34.
I'm not
but
listening
it's
to this.
Changing number 7.
Yeah.
he's dead to me, so you can just play whatever you want.
Just cut it.
Change
Cut it?
his number.
Well,
No, I mean, you could say, I have no interest in hearing anything from Giannis. He's not on the team. He's dead to me. He's going to give a chance to do something in Miami. I don't care what he says about anything. And I still want a statue, and I still recognize and want to honor him. But he's
dead to you temporarily now
until he's done playing, or he's not dead when the Bucks
is he dead,
play against
Homer,
him.
is he dead to you because of the way that he left, or is he dead to you because he no longer plays for the Milwaukee
He no longer
Bucks?
plays for the Bucks.
Oh, so you would basically say any player that leaves the Milwaukee
Aaron
Bucks
Rodgers,
is
dead.
Dead to you.
Yes.
Brett Favre.
Dead.
Ray
Now,
Allen.
Brett Favre became alive when he played for the Vikings. Because then we got something going on because it affects the Packers. So Giannis will be alive when the Bucks play Miami
In the playoffs,
or wherever, because he
makes
makes them. Well, but however you view it.
Oh, so it gives us content, huh?
Yes. And Rodgers was important last year only because Pittsburgh was playing everybody in the division.
Yes.
So
you like content for this, but not when it comes to the divisional rivals being good. Gotcha. This makes sense.
What? Yeah.
Wait, so Homer,
I want every team to stink so that it helps the Packers and makes it easier for them to win.
Yeah, so you hosted on Channel 12, I believe, with Favre.
Yes, I did. The Brett Favre show for a number of years.
You knew Rodgers. You stole his golf ball.
Correct.
There's that infamous story.
Yes.
So when those guys left, because I think Kyle has an opinion here too.
Right.
When those guys left, you didn't root for their individual success in New York?
I'm not their friend.
So you didn't
Who's
have
their friend when they're doing a show and getting paid?
So wait a minute. So
they didn't want to be with me after they get paid.
Brett
Now
Favre
I don't
left.
push that. Other people are probably better at it.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was actually. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, I probably had more interaction with him, but no, they're around because they're getting paid.
But you had more interaction with Aaron Rodgers. You hosted the Brett Favre show. You didn't have interaction with Brett Favre.
No, I just saw him once a week, and we did the show, and that's it. I never saw him other than the show ever.
So when Brett Favre, would he know who you were?
Yes. Oh, yeah, because he did the show. He remembers the show because he's getting paid. It was the Brett Favre show. It was a big deal. But
it helped boost your career a little bit. Probably there were some perks that come with that. So you didn't root for his individual success in New York?
I don't know. I don't think he'd. I mean, it was fun to do. I feel lucky to have done it.
For sure.
I interviewed Reggie White every week during the year. They, I think, went to the Super Bowl or at the Super Bowl. So that was fun. I mean, I feel lucky to have been selected to do it because you could pick anybody. The Brett Favre show wasn't better because I did it. 20 people could have done it. It would have been every bit as good. But I enjoyed doing it, and they did it because they wanted to do the interviews with the players. We never had, this was the greatest thing because I did other TV. We never had a prep, ever. Call up, Homer, what do you want to do? All right, maybe try this, do this, and bring a guy, and then Favre will throw the football, and we'll see if the sheriff can determine how fast it is with one of their radar guns.
That was it.
And normally with TV, you have 100 meetings. They didn't even care if the show's any good. They put it on at night, like after the reruns of the Greyhound races, because just putting it on allowed them, in the agreement with the person who had the show, to interview certain Packer players. So there was the connection. The fact that they didn't give a hoot about how good it was ended up being great because we could have fun doing it.
It wasn't even a
what?
It was paid programming.
Yeah, but I mean, it was paid. Like, all right, we'll let you have sponsors, and you'll make some money doing the show.
Yeah,
and then and in return, you'll get some of your players available to us for interviews. Maybe Reggie was one. I don't know.
So Homer, so you're basically saying when Brett Favre went to the New York Jets, you did not care whatsoever.
No.
About whether or not he was good, whether or not he was bad.
No.
Did you try to follow his career and watch him?
I mean, it just, again, the game is important as it was to. But when he goes to the Vikings, that's different.
Yeah. Well, so basically, Homer said he didn't root for Favre.
No.
He didn't root for Rodgers, and he for damn sure ain't rooting for Giannis.
Right, but I understand people that do. I don't think that my opinion is like there's a right way to do it.
Maybe for me, when I think
I have
about
no problem with how any fan acts because I wasn't taught as a kid how to be a fan because my dad didn't give a hoot about sports. And so I picked the teams that I was going to root for. I rooted for the Packers because I grew up near Chicago, and they all rooted for the Bears. And I go, that's stupid. The Packers kick their butt every year. I'm going to root for the Packers. Why would I root for a team that loses? And I also rooted for the Yankees because they were the best. I would have rooted for the Celtics, but I thought Wilt Chamberlain was the greatest athlete in the history of the world.
Yeah,
so I was fixated
to this day,
with it.
you think.
Yeah,
You still think he was the greatest.
As the aspect of as the athletic skills that he had at his way through his entire life and his basketball skills, yes, I think you could easily argue the greatest athlete ever.
Yeah, for me, when I think about it, the reason why Brett Favre held such a special place in my heart for me was because as a kid, I always heard about how the Packers sucked, but I got to see a championship right away, and Brett Favre was just incredible. He was magical. He was magical as a kid,
Yes.
so when he left, I still wanted him to be successful. Aaron Rodgers came in after Brett Favre, so there was a standard and there was a level of expectations that Aaron Rodgers was going to win a championship. I still wanted him to do well, but I didn't like the way he left.
Okay.
And so I didn't cheer for him as much.
Right.
Giannis is in the same boat for me as Brett Favre because I didn't know if I would ever see a championship from the Milwaukee Bucks. And along comes Giannis. He develops, gets better. Then along comes Bud. Then along comes Drew. Chris is already there. And they finally win a championship. And so for me, I'm happy that Giannis is able to go somewhere else. And I'm still going to cheer for Giannis when they don't play the Milwaukee Bucks because he gave me so much joy and happiness.
And that's fine. I don't have any problem with that at all.
He
It's
gave you
just
all
not
this
me.
great content, and it seems to me that you're very negative towards Giannis.
No different.
You didn't
than-
want to hear the clip of him talking about the reason why he left 34 in Milwaukee.
No, I'm irritated with the crap he sold
Crap?
about how special Milwaukee
It
is.
still is a special
It isn't.
place.
His actions tell you it's of no significance at all.
Is UW-Madison a special place to you?
UW-Madison?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
Why
no,
should it?
no.
Why should it be?
Didn't you graduate from there? You went there?
No, I went there. I didn't graduate from there. Was that a special place?
I'm just saying, but
it was a special place the year I got a letter. Yeah, is it a special place now? I guess kind of. I mean, I cover the team, but
okay. Well, Giannis can have Milwaukee be a special place for him based off where he started his career.
I'll tell you this. So when I transferred to Arizona, I didn't say, "Oh, Madison's the greatest place in the world."
But you still appreciated the time you had
can
at
say,
Madison.
Fine.
Did you not
what
appreciate?
That's not what he has sold. He's talked about how this grade is special. You looking at, and the reality is, it is not special. He had a point in his life now to determine if Milwaukee was special by agreeing to come here, even though other places were better. That's when you prove.
So if you ever leave being a play-by-play host,
correct,
for Marquette, you go to a different school.
Correct.
You won't say, "Man, my 20 years plus years at Marquette were special."
Not when I leave. Not the day I'm leaving.
You wouldn't
Not
say
the
that.
day I'm out of
So
town.
you wouldn't say that's a special place. You wouldn't say, "Man, I made great memories." I won't say, "Oh, baby," at Villanova
So
because
they want me to.
as a
I would
Marquette
say
thing?
I'm proud of the time that I have here, but I won't act like it's special the day I decide some other place is
Homer,
special.
you can't sit here and make me believe that Marquette won't always hold a special place in your heart, regardless of if you ever left to go broadcast somewhere else.
I would say yeah.
Okay, well then what's the difference between
The difference
Giannis?
is the day I leave. And when I leave, I'm not going to say that
You
because
won't be
it's a lie.
sentimental?
And I'm not going to say this is a special place when I basically decided it's not a special place. I went somewhere else because it's better, and I'm treating Milwaukee no different than any other grocery store I go to because I need groceries.
All right, 800-990-3776. Homer basically saying that he would not, on the day he left Marquette and he had a press conference and somebody
And
probably
I
asked,
pick Marquette still wants me there,
and somebody
I pick somewhere else because I think it's a better radio station. I'm not going to try to tell Marquette how great a place it is that day.
If somebody during a press conference said, "Hey, you're at Marquette," so Villanova said, "Hey, you're at Marquette for all these years. What was it like? You know, what would you have to say to all the folks that used to listen to you?"
And I would say this. I want to thank them, but it's tough to do on this day when I basically told Marquette, who hired me for 30-some years, this place is better.
That's why Homer is an absolute legend. 800-990-3776.
Really? That's the standard?
We could because you stand firm. Homer actually would say that in the press conference, which would basically everybody be like, "Oh wow, we got a good."
You're
one
the
here."
only person I believe would say that.
I know because they'll say it, even though
I've
it's a
heard-
lie. They say it because they want to say the right things.
Is it? Do I remember correctly, Homer? I believe I've heard you do radio shows where you would say if you ever had to speak at a funeral, you would tell the truth.
Yeah,
I actually did that once. Yes.
Make Brewers
coming up after the break.
No, we're not. We don't need. It was Pat Sheridan, who is a legend, was a legend, way more, 10 times a legend than I could ever be. But yeah, his wife asked me to go to the funeral. These people are talking about me, and they said, "What do you?" And I go, "I don't know how to say this. I don't know who you're talking about. That's not the Pat Sheridan I know. Here's the Pat Sheridan I know." And it was positive, but it dealt with parts of Pat that were the way Pat was. And when I got done, I thought, well, I wonder if I should do that. His daughter came up and said, "Thanks." I said, "What?" He says, "For telling people what Pat was like." Really?
Kept it real.
Absolutely,
So anyway.
absolutely love it. Make Brewers game day a dream for the whole family at Parking Lot Patio during Kids Day. Before you head inside American Family Field on July 19th and August 9th, stop by Parking Lot Patio next to the third base gate entrance and let the fun begin. From free face painting and temporary tattoos to photo ops, yard games, free giveaways, and live music from local DJs. It's the perfect pregame stop for families. Come early, have fun, and make it a day to remember, all thanks to American Family Insurance. We'll have more conversation talking to Homer here on Kyle and Brust next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
But then when you
Whoa, off now.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on I-41 is backed up from Good Hope Road to West North Road. That's causing major delays right now. Westbound from South 76th Street to Neal Interchange, and southbound from West Howard Avenue to the interchange still backed up. And we're experiencing backups by the Stadium Interchange, both eastbound and westbound. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninja helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleanings, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. An air quality alert is being extended until 6 p.m. tonight. Smoke moves north and dissipates. Any pop-ups we'll have this afternoon will also fade. Low tonight of 77. A few pop-ups in the mid-morning as a cold front pushes south. This will bring the return of wildfire smoke, however. High tomorrow of 89. Your perfect Wisconsin summer starts at Lakefront Resort. Enjoy boating, golf, spa treatments, and lakeside relaxation at Delavan Lake. Visit lakelawresorts.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Andrew Zimmel on 94.5 ESPN.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 4th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Local Union 2150 IBEW. Tune in August 4th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. And beer fans, we've got something to cheer about. Michelob Ultra is the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. So whether you call it soccer or football, it's time to get your game plan ready as the world's largest soccer tournament returns to the USA. Stop by Discount Liquor to pick up a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and score a free Michelob Ultra soccer koozie. At Discount Liquor, we stock over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, spirits, THCA, and non-alcoholic beverages, all at the lowest prices in town. From craft brews to hard-to-find whiskeys, we've got a lineup for you. So don't get caught off sides with an empty fridge. Stop into Discount Liquor and stock up before kickoff. Visit us in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma or in downtown Waukesha at Barstow and Maine.
Discount liquor.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this, and Summit Credit Union's got you.
It's a winning explosion at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This July, Winplosion rockets in, bursting with $300,000 in cash and reward play. For your shot at winning, just play with your rewards card. Then join us for the Thursday night prize drawings. Plus, every Winplosion entry also counts toward the big WinFest Grand Finale in September. It's Winplosion. Big bang, big bucks. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown.
Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. Make sure if you have a phone or if you're at the house, go ahead and pop us on YouTube by going to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, or give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. You also can watch and stream us live at ESPN Madison on YouTube as well. You can also call into today's conversation on the Carblers Talking text line at 800-990-3776. That is 800-990-3776. I'm Kyle Wallace. No Ben Brust today, but in Ben Brust's place is Homer. And Homer, earlier today, we were talking about why the Packers won't win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave the reason why the Packers win a Super Bowl is the fact that it's the kicker.
Well, kicker's part of it. They got issues with injuries. Micah Parsons out half a year.
All right.
They got other people coming back. They're looking at this year. The fact that they, the people in charge, realize the chances of that are slim and they're probably a year away makes them feel comfortable with getting a rookie kicker in a year. If you thought you were a solid Super Bowl contender, you would never risk it on that.
Now, so the Packers won't win the Super Bowl because fill in the blank. That's what I want to know at 800-990-3776. That is 800-990-3776. And for me, Homer, I think the Packers won't win a Super Bowl. The thing that will come back, the reason they won't win a Super Bowl will simply be because of the offensive line. I think this team is that good, even with Micah Parsons probably missing the first 4 weeks, maybe missing week 4 to 8 or whatever it is. We don't know when he'll be back. But I think it will fall on the offensive line simply because the defense, I think, will be okay. Because you have an entire offseason where you're able to put in a new defense, where you're able to evaluate the guys and the talent that you have, and you can plan on not having Micah Parsons. I think that's a significant thing for the Packers to be able to plan going into the season. There's one thing to have to adjust on the fly of not having Micah Parsons. It's another thing to say, oh, Micah Parsons, we just traded for him 10 days ago. Let's figure out how we can utilize Micah Parsons. It's another thing understanding since December of last year that Micah Parsons was going to be out to start the season. So when Jonathan Gannon said, yes, I'm going to be the defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers, he knew for a fact that he was not going to have Micah Parsons to start the season. So he should have been in the lab looking at the talent that they had, working with the coaching staff to figure out exactly how are we going to be able to get after the quarterback without having Micah Parsons? How are we going to put the guys in a position to be successful? How are we going to stop the run? And so I believe that not having Micah Parsons obviously will hurt the Packers from not winning the Super Bowl, but Micah Parsons hopefully will be back during the season. And I think the offensive line is the biggest Achilles heel this team has because you don't know what to expect from Jordan Morgan. You don't know what you're going to get from Aaron Banks because last year he was extremely inconsistent.
And they're willing to accept that because they know they're a year away.
But for me, that to me is the biggest thing that hurt the Packers. The Packers won't win a Super Bowl this year if the offensive line is atrocious. And even if the offensive line is not a top 15 offensive line, the Packers won't win a Super Bowl. So the Packers won't win a Super Bowl this year because of their offensive line.
That's fine. It's just on my list of things.
What's your number one thing outside of kicker? Because kicker can't be your number one.
No, but you just gave another reason. I mean, the biggest issue to me would be the injuries. Micah Parsons being out for a significant amount of time. You wonder how good the other players are that are coming back from injuries. So so you have that issue, and the offensive line, the way you presented it, is also true. They're willing to accept that because we're a year away. So we got to solve some of those offensive line problems. We're willing to gamble a little bit. We don't know about the left tackle, but it's not life or death because we're probably a year away anyway from being the wide receivers or, if your guy is a year. So they're just, to me, playing it, and you brought up another reason, other people, the cornerback. They think you can win a Super Bowl with that as your cornerback team. Come on.
I mean, that is another.
Especially when you know you're going to miss your
Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons. So
how do you then, in your heart of hearts, think that this team can win a division with that cornerback room as good as the wide?
Because it's really close.
But look how good those wide receivers are in the division.
It's going to be hard. Yeah, I'm on record as it's going to be a 4-way tie. Everybody's going to be 3-3.
800-990-3776.
I need to get an odds on that. If I don't know if Potawatomi has that.
The Packers won't win the Super Bowl because fill in the blank. Again, 800-990-3776. We want to hear your answers.
Reasons.
We want to hear your reasons and your answers. Also, you can get in on the conversation on YouTube by going to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube or ESPN Madison on YouTube. The Packers won't win a Super Bowl this year because of what? Again, 800-990-3776. Before we go to break, upgrade your sleep and save on Beauty Rest at Steinhoffels. I absolutely love Steinhoffels. I got my mattress from Steinhoffels, and I absolutely adore it. I love the fact that I got my couch from Steinhoffels. I literally lay on it every single day when I get home. Steinhoffels has all of the best selection for you to upgrade your living room, upgrade your dining room, upgrade your kitchen, upgrade your bedroom, upgrade your basement, upgrade your patio. They have it all. And right now, get a free foundation with your Beauty Rest mattress purchase. Queens start at only $14.99, or you can step up for the luxury of a Beauty Rest Black King adjustable base set and get $500 in instant savings. Plus, with Steinhoffel's 60-month financing, better sleep has never been more affordable. Don't overpay for a great night of sleep. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax. It's Steinhoffels. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts next as we figure out what do you think is the biggest thing that is going to keep the Packers from getting to a Super Bowl in 2026. This is Kyle and Brust with Homer on ESPN Wisconsin.
Hi, guys. Well, you made my day, I'll tell you.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on I-41 is backed up from Good Hope Road to West North Road. That's causing major delays right now. Westbound from South 76th Street to Neal Interchange, and southbound from West Howard Avenue to the interchange still backed up. And we're experiencing backups by the Stadium Interchange, both eastbound and westbound. Traffic's brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninja helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleanings, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. An air quality alert has been extended until 6 p.m. tonight. Smoke moves north and dissipates. Any pop-ups we'll have this afternoon will also fade. Low tonight of 77. A few pop-ups in the mid-morning as a cold front pushes south. This will bring the return of wildfire smoke, however. High tomorrow of 89. Your perfect Wisconsin summer starts at Lakefront Resort. Enjoy boating, golf, spa treatments, and lakeside relaxation at Delavan Lake. Visit lakelawresorts.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Andrew Zimmel on 94.5 ESPN.
Patio season is here, and there's no better place to soak it in than Veer North. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strofe. Located on Milwaukee's east side, Veer North brings the energy with a spacious patio, elevated food, and handcrafted cocktails. Heading to a Brewers game, state fair, or a summer festival? Start at Veer North and take the shuttle. Exclusive for ESPN Milwaukee listeners. Mention ESPN Milwaukee and save 10% on your bill. Then stick around for live music, great vibes, and a menu that goes way beyond the basics. Veer North, Milwaukee's go-to destination all summer long.
Meet Jim and Rita. We went on a motorcycle trip. But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident. They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital. Sometime later, Rita made a discovery. She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there? And amazingly, he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's. And I had my checkbook in my hand. But when he arrived there, and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty. Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty. It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The All-Star break is here, and the Brewers, an impressive 22 games, over 500 at 59-37, which is a franchise record for wins before the All-Star break, heading into the second half. A bit of news, though. All-Star ace Jacob Misiorowski scratched this past Sunday from an expected start, and manager Pat Murphy says it's unlikely he will pitch in the first series coming out of the All-Star break due to fatigue.
Body doesn't feel great, and there's no imaging or none of that stuff going on. We're just giving him a rest, and he needs some time away from throwing right now.
Brewers open the second half at American Family Field Friday against the Miami Marlins.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Watch your step. You're with Kyle Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. I'm Kyle Wallace. With me today is Homer, because there is no Ben Brust today. Shout out to
nobody else available.
Tony Carter holding it down. Yeah, you know what, Homer? I know your belief was, at least on Sunday Karma, is that if you ever did Sunday Karma, it's because everybody else said no.
Right.
Today, I would say that is the case, and that's a good thing.
You can't offend me.
No. That's a great thing for us and for those listening, is because I did not know. I knew you were filling in today for Ben Brust. I was excited. I said, "Oh yeah,
I'm setting the I win the Gabe Neitzel Award today."
What is the Gabe Neitzel Award? Working
7 hours. I'm
7
on the air 7 hours. I don't even know if Gabe can match that. 7 hours in a day. On air?
I doubt maybe
you gotta ask
with
Gabe.
National at night.
He might have
I'll text
10.
him.
And so,
that's a great point. With national and local, he probably.
With Homer, and when I heard Homer on Willie and Tausch today, I said, "Oh wow, everybody must be out." It must.
True. That's what I would have thought if I were you too.
Because I was like, he's doing it with me, and he's doing it with Willie and Tausch.
Next Friday, I'm on the morning show.
Yeah, I heard about this. So next Friday, you're on
but you know how the morning show works.
Yeah, but that's when you're at your best.
No, in the morning show, they say if you do the morning show, you don't have to do your own show.
Well, yeah, I
don't ask me how that works.
I found out that I was like, hell, Homer is doing a morning show next week, so he's trading in 2 hours for his 1 hour, which is great for him. But more importantly,
today I traded in nothing.
You did. I'm doing Homer's show next week.
That day?
That day, yeah. I'm doing Homer's show. Because I said, where's Homer? And he said, oh, he's doing a morning show. I said, oh, okay. So we're doing 4 hours of Kyle Brust 3 hours of Kyle Brust and then 1 hour Homer hour.
Has Ben done it once when I missed? I don't know.
I've done the Homer hour, but it's just, it's different when you're out versus when you're actually in. You're just skipping for a day. Can't you just veto that? Can't you say, I'll be back?
They offer you not to do it, and I'm going to come back? No, I don't. Can you explain that in a way that makes sense?
I mean, you can veto saying, no, I want to do my show.
No.
I've told people before, because they've been trying to get me off Sunday Karma for years. And I said, no, I'm going to do Sunday Karma.
Are you okay?
I enjoy Homer, you've been doing this for years.
Can I ask you just a question?
Yeah.
Do you get paid the same amount whether you do the show or don't?
Homer's asked me, does my paycheck stay the same whether or not I do Sunday Karma or I do whatever show?
And if you do it and your paycheck doesn't change for doing it, you need therapy.
No, I don't need therapy.
Yeah, you do. You need therapy.
That means I have time. I have availability. Homer, I don't have kids. I just got married.
Excuse me. You also have value.
Yeah,
your time is of value.
All right,
if they want your time, they're going to pay for it in some way.
Okay, Homer. Good. I'll bring you into my next negotiating.
Not negotiating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm good. No, I enjoy doing this, and I think more opportunities to be able to be on air and annoy the hell out of people or entertain the hell out of people is always
I'm happy
great.
for you.
I mean, but you're doing 7 hours a day. You said yeah. Do you ever say no?
I do not.
All right then. Well, I don't.
You're gonna ask me why?
Why?
Because I had a mentor, Tom Bigby. I think his first name was Tom. Was it Tom? And when they informed me that he was a consultant to the station, I said, that's a lie. You know, what do you mean it's a lie? He's the Tiger Woods of sports talk shows and around the country in terms of influence them. He created amazing stuff in Philadelphia and Detroit. I said, how the heck do we get him? And I guess he knew Craig. Craig may have been an intern at that Philadelphia station. Anyway, I'll make the end of the story. So when they cut my show down from 4 hours, I think it was to 2.
Yeah.
I called them up and said, this is garbage. What do I do? What do you mean? They clearly don't want me. They're just cutting it back. Who knows what's going to be next? I said, I'm calling you because I want to know what I should do. And he said, you've never called me in the 10 years we've ever called. You're calling me at home? I said, yeah, because I want to know what you said. So he says, how old are you? And then I think I was 66. He says, you know what people 66 are doing in the business? I said, no. He says, they're retired. He says, I know. I work there. I know. Your contract, it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. I said, how long is this going to go on? What should I do?
Mm-hmm.
He said, shut the F up and take the money. And I go, well, but I thought you liked what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite line, he goes, I'll repeat it if you like, but I think I made it pretty clear. I said, okay. So, and every time everybody asks anything, I say yes, because Tom Bigby said,
shut the F up.
Shut the F up and
take the money.
And sadly, it's one of a huge regret for me. But he passed away. I never got a chance to visit him in Dallas. I meant he had to meet him there, and so I never got to thank him. But my wife was the first one that said, Do you ever say no? No. Why? Bigby.
You know what? That's good advice, and that is why I like working. I don't know. I don't mind it. And once I have children, maybe that would change. But life at this point now, hell, I'm going to enjoy what I'm doing. Because a lot of people love to do this, Homer. A lot of people dream of doing this. But we got the microphone. And that, my friend, I'm never taking for granted.
You're just so different than me. I don't really give a hoot what anybody else wants to do.
Shoot.
If everybody in the world want to do it, it don't make any difference to me. It's either I want to do it or I don't want to do it. And if you want me to do something, when I worked at Channel 12, they had a rule about Homer. People wouldn't do certain things on TV. They have a certain standard. Homer will do anything. What do you mean? Just pay him. So Homer will do anything. You pay him, Homer will do it.
Yeah, but Homer in your 30s, where Kyle is now, if you're looking long-term, wanting to do this maybe on a national level or a bigger level or want more money at the next negotiations, you kind of got to say yes to the Sunday stuff.
Well, I mean, they tried to pull me off Sundays.
If they want to pull me off, I'm done.
Yeah, but then his next contract negotiation, it's
the ones that said that there's they told I didn't want to. I could tell them I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep doing it. You didn't want me, fine, I'm done.
All right, well,
how important am I if they say you can leave? We don't care.
That's true. Maybe I should have said that, but instead I forced my way on.
It's not
or stay on.
It's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying. You know.
Right. Well, if it makes you guys feel any better, when I was asked to produce the show today, it started off by saying how many people were out before, and they were like, "Hey, this person's out, this person's out, this person's out.
Right?
Can you sub in?"
Yeah. Why you said yeah?
So you mean to tell me I'm working with the last choice today?
That's
Homer and TC.
No, that's
Kyle,
a different choice, and I think that's important because that means you care. There are certain times when people need your help.
All right.
Yeah. So fine.
Kyle, you know I was.
They clearly have told you they don't need your help on Sundays.
Oh, I clearly keep
but
telling them.
If you like doing it, fine.
And I tell, and
I'm just telling you, I ain't doing it at any age when they tell me they don't need me.
This is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. I promise you, we will get into more conversation talking about why you believe the Green Bay Packers won't win a Super Bowl. I see you all on the talking text line at 800-990-3776. And we're getting life lessons here. Homer saying, hey, shut the F up.
No. That's where you need to understand your audience. Would they rather talk about the Packers or hear some old man that they thought? No, they want to talk about the Packers.
Let me tell you something about you, Homer.
They'd rather get life advice.
They
from
love
Homer.
everybody.
Take that as a Homer. Put that on the discount liquor Twitter poll. You're going to get killed.
I'm going to tell you this right now. People love listening to you rant, Homer, and I hope one day.
Would you rather hear talk about the Packers or Homer go, old man, stay off my
35
lawn?
years
Those are
from
the
now,
choices.
I hope people will love listening to me rant, but I'll rant coming up next here on Kyle and Brust.
You're surviving Kyle and Brust
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying?
That's 100% what you're saying. Now, I disagree.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 4th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Local Union 2150 IBEW. Tune in August 4th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Enjoy Ozaki County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
Wisconsin State Fair turns 175 this summer, and we only get better with age. Join us for 11 days of fun, iconic traditions, grand champion moments, and food that's absolutely worth the hype. Celebrate 175 years together and get your tickets today at wistatefair.com. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by T-Mobile, August 6th through 16th. We'll see you there.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you starting college, moving to a new apartment, or just looking to create a new vibe in your college living? Make IKEA your first stop for everything you need to create a college space that's all you. Whether you're looking to add color with cozy bedding, organize your dorm with smart storage solutions, or find that perfect sleeper sofa for those weekend visits, IKEA has your college life covered. And verified college students get 15% off when they sign up for IKEA Family. It's free and packed with rewards. So go grab your roommate and head to IKEA Oak Creek or shop online at ikea.us or the IKEA app.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Packers won't win a Super Bowl because of what? That is the question.
Yeah.
Right here on Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. He's Homer. And you all chimed in at 800-990-3776. That's the Carbless Talking text line with some of your answers on why the Packers will not win a Super Bowl. Ryan from McGuanago said because Jordan Love can't carry a team like his predecessors. Homer, do you think Jordan Love can ever carry the Packers to a Super Bowl?
Yeah, a little bit. I think, but there's a limit as far as the quarterback. Understand, and I've said this, Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre both won a Super Bowl on a year in which the defense was first or second in points given up. It's never happened in the history of the Green Bay Packers, even with Vince Lombardi, if they're first or second. So
really,
my
so
answer
every
is,
time the Packers won a Super Bowl with Vince Lombardi, they always had they were top two.
The last year, they're top two. The last year they won, when it was a surprise, they were third.
Damn. Is this defense good enough to be top three?
Heavens, no.
And that's because of what?
Well, Micah Parsons is hurt is a big issue.
But I mean, if they're
the hope of the Packers is that when he comes back by the end of the year, they know they're probably going to be a high seed, but maybe we'll be good enough then that we can shock the world. How good are we at the end of the year?
How good are we at the end of the year? We have so many more responses. Why the Green Bay Packers won't win a Super Bowl. You just heard a little bit from Homer. If he believed Jordan Love could lead the Packers to a Super Bowl like his predecessors, I'll give you my thoughts coming up. Also, we'll talk about which team is closer to us winning a championship, the Brewers or the Packers. We have all that coming up next here on ESPN Wisconsin. You have Molly and Jim coming up on ESPN Madison. You also have the best damn sports show coming up on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. But this is Kyle and Brust. We have more coming up next.
Just beyond Appleton Avenue. Right lane's closed due to a disabled vehicle. That's causing some slowdowns. Westbound from South 76th Street to the Neal Interchange is back up, and southbound from West Howard Avenue to the interchange is also seeing delays. We're experiencing backups by the Stadium Interchange, both eastbound and westbound, and both I-94 northbound and southbound slowed down from State Street to West Keefe Avenue. I'm Andrew Zimmel with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with Home Equity Line of Credit from Great Midwestern Bank. Visit greatmidwesternbank.com, your simple, local, equal housing lender. An air quality alert has been extended until 6 p.m. tonight. Smoke moves north and dissipates. Any pop-ups we'll have this afternoon will also fade. Low tonight of 77. A few pop-ups in the mid-morning as a cold front pushes south. This will bring the return of wildfire smoke, however. High tomorrow of 89. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Andrew Zimmel on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Some nights, you don't want a 4-course meal, you want a martini and maybe some fries. Girl Dinner at the Bar at St. Kate the Arts Hotel gets it. Every day from 4 until close, pull up a stool and enjoy a crisp Caesar salad, golden French fries with garlic aioli and ketchup, and one of St. Kate's signature martinis. Your call. No reservations required. You can learn more at stkatearts.com, stkatearts.com.
Get your green and gold off-season fix right here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour is brought to you by Siding Unlimited, the 5-time winner of the National Pella Platinum Premium Certified Contractor of the Year. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
Wait a minute. Homer, am I the host today or the co-host? The guest.
You are the host.
Okay, so typically here on Kyle and Brust, whoever the co-host is, or the guest host is, not the lead host, will say it's the 414 hour at 4. And you just confirmed with me that I am the lead host.
Right.
And you are the...
Whatever. But the difference in this case is it's a nice try on your part, but you normally do this.
No. So whenever I was leading the show, whoever the guest was when I lead the show,
when you're here on a daily basis
that's not how
doing
we do
the
it.
show.
That's not how we do
you
it.
You do the show.
No. But
you do it.
When I'm not leading the show, when I'm leading the show, the other person does it.
This bet only plays for 50 more seconds, so you guys got to figure this out.
Come on, Homer. Just repeat after me. It's the 4.
It's the 4.
1-4. Hour at 4.
4.
Now let's say it again. It's the 4.
I can't remember.
Say
I already did it. He asked me to do it. Didn't I just do it?
Why did you go with the proper pronunciation there, though?
I didn't think he was.
You had him, and you go 4. Like, just say it how you say it.
I didn't know if he was gonna say 4. I thought maybe he would push back.
Do it.
He just said you went 4, and so I said 4.
You did say 4.
Oh, there we go.
The 4-1-4.
It's like what was Moses Malone's famous thing? 4-4-4. I think because they beat the Bucks that year.
4-4-4.
The only time they lost one game was to the Bucks.
Homer's a proud 4-1-4 boy at this point. You've been a 4-1-4 longer than me.
Since '89.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Barely. You barely beat me.
Right.
Yeah, I was only a year off. But this is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. That is Homer. I'm Kyle Wallace. No Ben Brust today. Tony Cartagena holding it down. C-Cat out today. So we'll have a catastrophic with Tony Cartagena at some point during the show.
News to me.
Yeah. So
we're already on. You know what? So we're already off to a great start for that segment.
I mean, well, you got about 30 minutes to figure it out here.
We
but
got it.
One thing we're still trying to figure out here what's wrong, Homer? What's wrong, Homer? You gave me a look. What's wrong? Matter of fact, Homer, I need you to.
As the host, if you're going to ask somebody to do something, you don't tell them at 4:01.
Well, Homer, here's the thing. We were actually kind of prepared for this. So I got an email yesterday that said, hey, on Friday's show,
I want to thank all of you not
prepared.
sending me the email. Yeah.
It said, be prepared for this segment and this segment.
Okay.
And then I'm listening to their show yesterday, and they did that segment and the second segment that I was supposed to do today.
Yeah.
So I showed up this morning. I was like, Kyle,
I'm going to be honest. So my thing is.
Can I ask you a favor?
I'm going to show up.
Can I ask you a favor?
Yes, Homer.
Don't ever say I'm going to be honest. What does that mean? If you don't say that, you're not going to be honest?
Well, I mean, sometimes people lie. Homer, there's some things you say that I said there's no way in hell he can believe that. Lies.
I believe everything you say. I don't think you tell lies.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. Okay,
fine.
I show up and do my job. As Homer said, the advice was shut the F up. Listen, I just show up and y'all tell me what y'all need me to do.
Well, but you're not 66. He's saying that because I'm old.
Well, I do it at 36.
I should be happy to have a job.
Well, I did it 30 years prior. Is that if C-Cat or Ben Brust tell me we're doing this today, I don't say no. I just okay. I'm a team player.
I don't know that I need to go. I don't get this.
You don't get me being a team player?
No, you're the boss.
Homer, I'm not the boss.
Yes, you are. That's how it works.
I'm on the roster.
The producer works
your
for
name
you.
Is
he
first.
does what you ask him to do, not the other way around.
Listen, I'm on the roster. I'm just
sorry I brought it up.
I'm just here to react and entertain. Whatever. If they tell me
you take over for the president, you're the president.
Well, I mean, okay. Well,
but anyway, I've learned that has changed, but.
Times have changed. But, Homer, before we transition, I
brought it up.
I do not. Why apologize? I don't understand.
It's not as important, and I wasn't thinking of the audience.
Homer, I'm gonna tell you this right now. In the 4 o'clock hour, we're gonna talk about some things. We got to talk
it's
about
your
people.
Show. Do what you
people
want.
Talk falling in porta potties. We got to talk about
smacking
ass.
Let's go.
Was it smacking ass?
Squeezing, I believe.
I did hear that.
You did hear
that?
Okay, well let's. I want to talk about squeezing ass at some point. So make sure you keep it locked in to Kyle and Brust because probably in about 15, 20 minutes we're going to talk about.
Have you ever squeezed a woman's ass?
Oh,
you'll find out.
We are talking about a license.
No.
Kyle.
In 10 minutes, we're going to talk about squeezing ass here on Kyle and Brust.
No,
because Homer asked me if I ever squeezed ass. I want to know if he's ever squeezed
not
ass. But I want to hear from Homer coming up in 10 minutes. But before we get to that, Homer, I do want to continue talking about the Green Bay Packers and with the Packers, whether or not people believe what is going to be the thing that's going to keep them back from winning a Super Bowl. Homer gave a whole litany. You gave a whole list of reasons why. So clearly Homer thinks there is a closer to 0% chance that the Packers can actually win a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I don't believe they couldn't win it a year away. 2 years.
I believe that the Packers could. I say that the offensive line is going to be a problem.
All right.
But I think the roster is good enough to win a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, you've been oversold, and you've sold this, and others have. That all this stuff about all those injuries against Detroit.
No, against Detroit.
I mean against Denver.
If
they were that good, they wouldn't have lost all 5 games, even with the injuries.
Homer, I agree that falls on a lot on the coaches. But in that game, how many teams in the season? You have the Homer Institute. I want somebody in your institute, Homer, to look up how many teams in NFL history have lost their best starting right tackle, have lost their best edge rusher, have lost their second best, or basically their best interior defensive tackle.
Yeah, I'm sure they
and lost their best tight end, and literally won a Super Bowl. I mean, you're talking about Michael Parsons, Tucker Kraft.
Right.
Are both are arguably top 100 players.
That's one question. How many have lost every game after that?
I mean, that's another question. But I asked my question first.
Wait,
and I think that there is a legitimate reason why the Green Bay Packers completely fell off. Now, it's disgusting that they fell off, and in the way that they lost the game against the Chicago Bears, there is still no excuse for it. But I understand why the Packers went from a team that looked like they could win a Super Bowl to a team that completely fell apart due to injuries to those levels of players that who were that important. There were really good players at very important positions.
You kind of described, low-key, the 2011, 2010 Packers who did win a Super Bowl.
They didn't lose Clay Matthews.
Yeah, but who did they lost someone on the defensive line because they had to sign Howard Green.
They lost
Charles Woodson in the Super Bowl. They lost Tausch on the line.
In the Super Bowl, and Tausch got replaced by a first-round pick that went on
but
to
it was
be
a rookie.
But
they lost Jermichael Finley.
Yeah, but again, a first-round pick in Brian Bulaga, who was good. And then on top of that, I think the defensive line, it wasn't Cullen Jenkins that got hurt.
It might him or Ryan Pickett maybe.
Right, but they ended up playing. Brian Pickett played in the Super Bowl. I think Cullen came back.
Either way, that team was really beat up.
Yeah, it was beat up, but they had depth and they had talent. And the Packers just don't have the level of depth that they need, which
there it is.
And so
I agree with that. They showed that the last 5 games.
They did. And also somebody, Will said at 800-990-3776 why the Packers won't win a Super Bowl is because Love just isn't that guy. Need a top 10 quarterback to win, and Love is just way too inconsistent to be up there. Homer, I never heard
he's
your
more
take.
than good enough. See,
so, do you think Love's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL?
He's somewhere around there. You win. You can win a seat. He doesn't have to be any better than he's been for them to win a Super Bowl. Nothing better. They just got to be a better team.
I mean, when you look at the quarterback,
and he's going to get blamed or talked about. And
quarterbacks always do.
You're right, but he's good enough.
800-990-3776.
Doesn't have to be any better at all. The team has to get better. He doesn't have to change at all. Be exactly the same quarterback as you've been. If the team gets better, you'll win a Super Bowl.
I will agree with you on that, is that Jordan Love wasn't the reason why the Packers lost in the playoffs. He was not the problem. But also here,
he was great for three quarters against the Bears.
3 to 4 quarters. He was fantastic.
That's generally good enough to win.
It should be. The numbers he
if
put
your
up,
team's good.
323, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. That should be good enough.
He had 4 touchdowns in that game?
He had 4 touchdown passes in that game.
They really let that one slip away. I think you guys both hit it on the head. It's depth. It might be depth and talent, but it is depth. They have none.
They definitely lack depth, and that falls on the shoulders of Goody. Murray said, no Parsons, lack of unknown depth on the offensive line, and running back depth in the kicking game could easily lose us a couple close games. I think that one's spot on, especially if you ask Homer. Another one, AJ in Baltimore said the Packers won't win the Super Bowl if Homer takes over as GM and rehires McManus. Wow, that's a shot at you.
That's fine. That's good. That's part of the deal.
We'll take it. 800-990-3776.
If that was the only issue, then I would say you're right. It's reflective of a number of things that make me believe that they think they're a year away.
So other than quarterback, where are they good enough to win the Super Bowl? Because it's not the lines, it's not the kicker, it's not the
that's
DBs.
That's a great question.
Where are we good enough?
I would say the offensive skill positions are good enough. Tucker Kraft coming back, and behind him at tight end, I think the Packers at tight end are good.
I would say
well.
at tight end.
The Packers are good enough.
At safety.
So pass catchers and safety?
Yeah. I would even say if Josh Jacobs is healthy, I don't think
I'll add that. I like that.
Healthy and available.
No depth there.
Well, no, but here's the thing. If Marshawn Lloyd, again, I hate using if Marshawn Lloyd is actually healthy, I think he's a good running back. I think he's a good running back. And
you got a better chance. The chance of him staying healthy is similar to me growing hair.
So you say 0. You said there's 0 chance.
As low as I can put 5. There's no reason to believe that he can stay healthy. Not 0, 5%.
I mean, I
and
get
that
it.
you would put him in a position, or you would be in a position where you need him.
I mean, they're a rolled ankle away from needing him, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You cannot be in a position where you need him.
Well,
you have him and can hope for him to stay healthy, but you cannot have any need
to defend Marshawn Lloyd, the backup running back for the Packers. I think if he's available, he will be fine. But it's not just if the Packers have an issue with him not being healthy, they're going to bring somebody else in.
They need to have that somebody else now. I don't know why
you're
they
not
let
going to
the
carry
guy.
4 running backs. You're not.
Then you'll decide that at the time. We'll see. We'll address that.
And Marshawn Lloyd's making the roster, and the only way he doesn't make the roster is if he's going to start on the PUP. Or
right.
But still, so we have.
It's actually known as the Marshawn Lloyd. It's not the PUP anymore.
Oh, wow.
We have one running back, pass catchers, and safety as the reasons the Packers can win the Super Bowl. This team might
quarterback. Did we say quarterback?
Yeah, kind of outside QB because I thought what you said was great. He has been good enough to win.
And I honestly, I believe that. Listen, this isn't the best linebacking core in the NFL, but I am a big fan and believer in Zaire Franklin, and a big believer in the fact that with Zaire Franklin coming in and actually being an inside linebacker, a Mike linebacker that can focus on getting the defense set, because Quay Walker was not a guy to get the defense set. Y'all don't understand the importance of having a linebacker and how it makes the D-line.
Y'all don't understand.
People, I'm telling you, Homer, not enough people realize that, yes, Quay Walker is probably a better athlete than Zaire Franklin. But Zaire Franklin, if he can come in here and literally be the quarterback of the defense, where he can read stuff and make sure that the defense is in a position to be successful, to make plays, that outweighs any type of athletic ability Quay Walker has. That is why I believe the linebacking core with Zaire Franklin and Edgerrin Cooper is going to be really good for the Green Bay Packers, a dynamic duo, an absolute dynamic duo. So that's why when I look at the defense, I'm not concerned about the linebackers. I'm for dang sure not concerned about the safeties. The defensive line, that it's a big question mark of what we're going to get from that. And I think we know we're going to get from the cornerback room. I've been saying this. I think the cornerback room this year is better than what it was last year. I think getting Brandon Cisse, a young guy that's going to take some time to develop, and maybe by the end of the year he'll be ready to get in there. And I think having Benjamin St. Juste is an upgrade of what you had in the cornerback room last year. So I believe the cornerback room is better. Now, does it mean that it's championship caliber? No. But I do believe they have more depth at the cornerback position. I think they're better in a better position this year than what they were at the start of last year.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Okay, pretty good. All right, Homer, before we go to break, and we're going to talk about squeezing ass coming up next.
No, we are not.
Oh, Tony, it's too late. It's definitely happening.
Why can't you talk about it?
Because I would like to keep my job back here.
Why not? It's not your job.
You can't talk about that.
Okay,
you're not responsible for that. This is not on you.
We let Kyle think he's the boss of the show. The producer runs the show.
No,
okay,
well,
right.
Okay.
Thanks. I should have got that memo.
So what is the squeeze ass thing, Homer?
It was a license plate that a lady got upset. Which,
all right, with some context,
did
we're
she
getting
get
a little
upset?
bit better.
Well, but I don't know what she was complaining about.
Well, her license plate said SQ
55 at the end.
A 55 or S or no 55, yeah, 855.
I don't know how many people would even know that's what it says in the first place. And secondly, she didn't ask for it. Just get another plate.
I mean, I personally
don't. But then, how did it become a big deal? Her friends thought it was funny and said, "Keep it."
It definitely hopped on the internet somewhere. Then a local news station did something on it. It took off. It took a life of its own.
Homer,
there.
so you asked me, have I ever squeezed?
No, he didn't ask you that. Move on.
Bottom?
Go to break.
Homer, I'm a man. And with
Good
consent,
Lord.
I've grabbed a handful before. Have you ever grabbed a handful before?
I probably.
Probably. Aren't you a married man?
800-990.
Again, I don't think that it's that outrageous to talk about. I
don't think it's that outrageous to talk about
either. If you do it to somebody without permission or understanding, then that's against the law.
That's a crime.
Against the law, a crime, and that's just incredibly rude.
Yes.
And I've been in situations where men have done things that I just couldn't comprehend. And I won't mention what they are, but that would be an example.
Okay, well, I'm trying to understand. You asked me a question, is whether or not I squeezed cheeks before. And I gave you the answer of yes.
And I don't think that's very controversial at all.
And you don't know if you have squeezed cheeks before in your life? Like, is that? Are
you know
you
what?
for
Let's give them the break to think about
no,
it.
no,
Let's
no,
do
no,
that.
no.
I
Let's
don't
do it.
know that if I have or haven't. I may have at a time, and
Are
it was
you
insignificant.
Are you when you say squeeze? You mean like squeeze, not just grab. You mean squeeze.
Why
Like
are we breaking down the?
Well, I'm trying to.
how
Because
does
there's
Ben
no
and
way
Are you
that
asking
Homer
me
is
daily?
Homer
Are you
is.
asking me have I touched ass?
No.
Yes.
We are not
Totally,
asking
yes.
that on
Yes.
radio.
But
Kyle,
that's different.
Go.
Okay, well, wait a
God.
minute. So when squeezing is different than touching. So you said I've touched, but have I ever
I
taken
thought
my
it was
hand
more
and closed?
pinching, is what
Pinching.
I thought it was more of that. But
How do we? This was a license plate story.
Homer, have you ever been to a gentleman's club before?
What the hell?
I don't think so.
We got to get you there.
No,
one time.
I have
It's
no
not my
interest in-
not my cup of tea.
I have
boy.
no interest
I
in
went there
going.
I went there for my bachelor party, and I told them I really don't have interest in going. And it is actually a good
Actually,
time.
I may have been. I think I went to one. I was going to a comedy show or something that was at the Gentleman's Club.
Okay, all right. So what we learned
Interesting
today.
mixture.
You're not. I'm not going.
Okay, that's fine, Homer.
But I don't have any problem with people going.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you're not going. I'm not going to force you to go because I don't go my dang self.
This went further than I thought.
Homer. Here's the background. Kyle and
What?
I did a little pre-show prep here, and he brought up the license plate, which sparked this conversation.
Yeah.
And then Homer.
And no.
You told me Homer wouldn't know about it.
I said the question.
I listened to the shows.
I said the question for Homer, because I would like his opinion on people wasting money, should be about vanity plates.
Oh, vanity
and people
plates.
getting their license plate custom, not about what you guys were talking about.
Homer asked me if I ever did
I would
it,
not
and-
do it. I'm too cheap. But
How much
I
more
can
are
see
they?
her. I don't care if they're $1 more. I don't. It's a freaking license plate. Come on. You know,
And then we ended up with
do I want
with what we had.
Homer on it or something? No. But some people like it. I don't have any problem with that at all. It's just not what I would do.
Do you guys know which ESPN Wisconsin host in college had a custom vanity plate with their last name on
Yeah,
it?
Ben Brust.
So
What-
people
what
would
a
know
tool.
it was Ben Brust
What a
with his
tool.
number on it.
That's fine.
no,
Ben
but
Brust was a big deal.
He was a big deal.
I
but,
mean,
like,
he
do you
was-
do you need everybody to know who you are?
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of toolsy.
I don't know. I don't think so at all.
I think it's.
I think if you know the person, then that wouldn't bother me at all.
I think it's weird.
Really?
For Ben Brust. Oh, this is why I'm Ben Brust, especially in college. Like, yeah, it's cool and all, but like, eventually you become a has-been. And that's why he doesn't have it anymore. I think when he got his new vehicle, he got rid of it. Because he definitely had it when we were at East Capitol Drive and he drove his Zimberg.
If I
European.
had been,
I don't think he had it then.
He had on the.
If I had been Ben Brust at that time, I would have had that plate.
No, if you're good enough, you don't have to tell people who you are.
It's not that. It's I don't know. It's
Is Giannis walking around with Giannis 34 on his license plate?
No, but that's where this went because there's someone in our parking structure.
If Giannis, I would have Giannis.
No.
If I was Giannis, I'd have Giannis plate. I use Giannis in the McDonald's app because I think it's cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
that's
his
my
name
name.
is Giannis.
My name is Giannis, and I said I lasted longer than Giannis did. I want people. This is how much I like Giannis, even though I disagree with the way he's had it. Like, hey, Giannis, what do you want? And then some people didn't know. I would say like 30% go Giannis. And I'm like, I don't say it. Like, you don't even know who Giannis is? I love it.
So
I did it today.
Because when you pull up at the drive-thru and scan it, or you tell them the number.
I probably have one here. It
your
says
name
Giannis
pops
on
up.
it. Yes, they go, Giannis, what can I get?
Wow. Dave from Aaron said Homer's license plate, custom license plate, should be CHAPA55. Cheap ass.
You two would fight over that.
If it
one,
was
Kyle.
free, I would have it.
I have my limits.
Who's cheaper?
Homer.
No.
Oh, Homer. I think Homer and I we're strategic on how we like to spend our money. I mean, Homer. You spend a little money. I know that.
I do, but I have no problem being cheap.
I feel like Homer will wear I think he would wear if he got.
I get my stuff at Temu if I can, man. I got like incredible deals. At
You
Temu
use
and
Temu?
stuff. Oh yeah,
headphones, Temu.
Not as much because they just bother you, and I think I've studied and their stuff. Yes, a few things, but Amazon is so incredibly good that. But yeah, Temu. I was gonna go to Temu next for a hairpiece, but I thought it would take too long to get it. Sometimes it takes longer for their delivery.
I ordered something from Temu, and this is no free. It is free, but and it came. I guess it shipped out of America.
I
thought it was shipping
random.
from China. Yeah,
Right.
I thought it was shipping from China. It came literally in like a week. I said, wow.
And the great one with Timu, they sent me a little piano, or not a piano. It's kind of like a little thing that kids would use. Anyway, and it wasn't what I wanted, so I sent it back, and they said, "No, you can keep it."
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so cheap.
That's how you know it's cheap. Amazon does the same
but
thing.
it costs more to send it
Back
wherever
then,
it's made.
yeah.
It's made in China or
That
something.
happened.
Like that.
I was able to keep a projector screen one time because of that. Yeah, I bought a projector. I had a family reunion. I brought a projector screen, and they said, "This came from China. Keep it."
I mean, I'm cheap enough that when I was dating Nancy, if she would have wanted an expensive engagement ring, it's over.
Oh, well, not the case for me. And also, I'm cheap enough where back in high school, I used to take girls in college, too. Used to take girls on dates using a Groupon.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you know.
What the hell is wrong with that? That's smart. Why would you? What is wrong with that?
And people make fun of me still to
Why
this
would they
day.
make fun of you?
Because
I use Groupon all the time.
Well, I graduated.
I mean, not anymore, but
yeah, I graduated.
Why would you be? How could they be against it?
Oh, well, I guess it isn't as appealing when you take a woman on a
Well,
date
no,
on
and if
Groupon.
I took a woman and she was bothered by it, that ain't lasting very long either.
And that's why I ain't married ass. This is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. We'll continue on. When we come back, I do want to talk to Homer about which team he believes is more invested in winning a championship this season, the Packers or the Milwaukee Brewers. This is Kyle and Brust. We'll have more next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust
I was in New Orleans telling stories. You in the middle of a quiz.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting to see some of those Friday slowdowns. Northbound on I-41 from North Avenue past Hampton Avenue slowed down. Westbound from South 76th Street to the Neal interchange is backed up. And southbound from West Howard Avenue to the interchange, it's easing up a little bit, but you're still seeing some delays. And we're experiencing backups by the stadium interchange, both eastbound and westbound, with eastbound traffic stretching all the way to the state fairgrounds. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with home equity line of credit from Great Midwestern Bank. Visit greatmidwesternbank.com, your simple loan equity housing lender. An air quality alert has been extended until 6 p.m. tonight. Smoke moves north and dissipates. Any pop-ups we'll have this afternoon will also fade. Low tonight of 77. A few pop-ups in the mid-morning as a cold front pushes south. This will bring the return of wildfire smoke, however. High tomorrow of 89. Dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Andrew Zimmel on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. come to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our great friends at Road America. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Just a short drive from Milwaukee and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. And on-site camping lets you stay all weekend. WeatherTech Vintage Weekend with Brian Redmond is coming to Road America July 16th through the 19th. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets the outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. In for Ben Brust today is Homer. I'm Kyle Wallace, and we got off the rails quite a bit, but I want to get a little bit back on Homer because you're a big Brewers guy. I'm a big Brewers guy, but I think I want to
remember they're a dog, but it's a much smaller dog.
Well, I want to figure out exactly how you view the Milwaukee Brewers moving forward. Now, which team do you believe is actually working to win a championship? The Green Bay Packers or the Milwaukee Brewers? Because I'll tell you this
both
now.
of them equally.
I don't think. Do you believe the Brewers are closer than the Milwaukee than the Green Bay
I do.
Packers?
Yes, this year I believe they are closer.
Now,
yes.
Do you think they're going to make any moves at the deadline? How would that deadline play a role?
I would like them, and I think in order to win the World Series and beat the Dodgers and there are other good teams too, they need to add a pitcher of some significance. If they don't, it would tell me that there aren't enough or the cost is too high, and they think they will have a very good chance again next year.
You do realize
with some of their young players being a year older.
You do realize, though, for the Milwaukee Brewers, there is no cost there's a cost that may be too high, but the Milwaukee Brewers have the prospects to get any dynamic player in baseball that they want. If the Milwaukee Brewers wanted to go out, and I'm not just talking about one, the Milwaukee Brewers have 7 players, I believe, or for sure 6, in the top 100 in baseball for Baseball America for prospects. Mm-hmm. So the Brewers have more than enough to not only get a front-of-the-line pitcher, but also get a bat. So they have enough to go ahead and compete for a championship. And so if the Packers were in the same situation where they had enough, which some people believe
they wouldn't do it either.
But I'm just saying, but we would be complaining that they didn't. We would be chastising them.
Not maybe, but that's because people don't understand the dynamics of baseball in terms of the relative cost of a top pitcher and those young talent players. You pick the ones that you want to keep, and then you let some go. But that has to be done in what they view as a smart sale.
So you're going to say, are the Brewers going to be way too cheap to ever win a World Series?
They're not cheap. Never have been cheap. They're smart.
There's no, but Homer,
what?
To win a World Series, you need to be spending $200 million. Like that is what you need to do.
I'd have to look.
Last year, the 2 teams that made the World Series both spent over $200 million.
Correct. And then you also, let's go back. I think they had 9 different winners, 9 different years in baseball.
I think even when the Kansas City Royals won, I think they were spending a little bit of money.
I just look and see where the rankings were for teams that won the World Series or got to the World Series. The difficulty now is that the Dodgers are setting a standard that's never existed before because they not only spend a lot of money, but they're very smart. And if a very smart team that can spend a lot of money, the Brewers are going to need something special to win because they can never match that money.
Here it is. Arizona became the latest inexpensive team to get to the finish line where they were the 21st. So when Arizona made it a couple of years ago, they were 21st in payroll. The Rangers, who won, 5th.
Right.
Houston in 2022, Houston Astros, 8th highest payroll. Phillies, 4th highest payroll. In 2021, the payroll for the Braves, 10th. The payroll for the Houston Astros, 5th. The Los Angeles Dodgers in 2020, 1st. And then you had the Tampa Bay Rays who made it. Jeez, that was incredible. 28th.
Yeah.
28th, the Tampa Bay Rays were in 2020. Was that a shortened season too or no?
I don't remember.
Which one?
They didn't miss any time in 2020, did they? In baseball? No, they just
2020 was it was short. It was like a 60-game season.
And so that probably helped play a role in that. Washington Nationals, number 7 payroll in 2019. 8th ranked payroll for the Astros in 2019. Boston Red Sox, 1st payroll in 2018. 2019 was the Nationals and Astros. 2018 was Red Sox and Dodgers, number 1 and number 3. Houston Astros versus Dodgers again. Astros had 17th. The Dodgers were 1st. Chicago Cubs in 2016, 5th. The Cleveland Indians, 18th. None of these teams are winning. The Kansas City Royals, even when they won, what did they have? 13th ranked payroll, and the Mets were 18th. And we're talking about over a decade ago. So it's hard to do. It's extremely hard to do.
It's very hard to do now because of the Dodgers and the standard that they have set. So I'd have to look. Yeah, so maybe where are they at? Where have they been, and where do they need to be? 4 spots higher or 3 spots higher? I don't know.
I just feel like the Brewers need to spend a little. Like they have to go, and I don't think it's a money thing right now. But I mean, you just talked about how the Brewers need to have, they don't want to. In order to get these really good players, it comes with spending money. The Brewers right now are have the 19th highest payroll at $137 million.
Okay, what have they been in? I mean, I'll look at it. That's
good. A little higher than I expected, to be honest.
You might be able to say they have to spend a little bit more money. That's legitimate.
Last year, the payroll was 22nd with $121 million, and then you got Brandon Woodruff coming off the books after this season. He's $20 million.
I think the real key is obviously you have to spend some money because you have to have some of that stardom to win the World Series. The Dodgers are different. Take them out of the conversation. You also have to have that be offset by really good young controllable prospects and players who are not making that much money, which the Brewers this year have. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think it'll be a disappointment more so than in years past if they don't make a move to bring in someone who might cost them $15 to $20 million for just the rest of this season. Skubal, makes $30 a year, so they might be $15 million to get him for the rest of the season. That would be like a monumentous move for the Brewers because they have the young players who they're not paying that much. Miz doesn't make that much money. None of these young guys really do.
That's correct.
So if they're not going to do it now, they're never going to do it when these young guys are either expensive or just not on the team.
Now, they need to, given the strength of their young pitching, which is what's too expensive to be able to afford.
Mm-hmm.
With that, yes, they need to make the move now. The only chance they have to win a World Series is having good young pitching because the good young pitching is cheap.
Well, the good young
pitching becomes so expensive. That's why that's been their theory to let people go because they let pitchers go. The young hitters they try to get early. But I haven't looked at it. But I think it's legitimate to look at and say they need to be top 10 or somewhere around. Then I haven't looked. I'll go look at the numbers. Yeah,
I think for the
Kyle, what's like the Brewers you said were at? Well, you still have that list up.
19.
Yeah, so they're at 19th.
They're at 19 at like let's say 140 for math's sake.
It was one. It was. Oops. Let me go back. Was it 137?
Okay, so who's
one? I'm in 20.
But the amount of money doesn't matter. It's where
you're
ranked.
I'm just saying I'm just using Skubal as the example because that's the big name that's out there. Let's say he cost them $15 million. I bet if you add 15 to their 140 right now, they're probably closer to 15 or 14. Yeah. Which then I think
add
they
15. They're
is it that big of a gap?
The Los Angeles Angels, who have struggled for years, they're at 174.
At 15th.
At 15th.
That's $35 million difference. Ooh,
well, that's not $35 million. Is that
140?
Oh my gosh, that is. Woo! But I think
never mind my theory.
No, but I think the biggest difference for the Brewers is going to be the fact that they have a lot of good young talent, and I feel like they need at some point they need to bring in really good, already established talent to get them over the hump. 100%. So the Brewers at some point when you're going to have Jesus Made, who's going to be coming up. Eventually, probably next year. You're going to have other guys that are coming up as well that are young. You got to add in some experienced talent. So you have an experienced talent, and then you have this young talent, and eventually I think it'll get them over the hump. The Brewers are a starting pitcher away, and it doesn't mean that if they don't do it this year, it is what it is. But the Brewers should be looking in the offseason to be buyers. Why? It's because I really believe that this roster is championship ready, and some of the kids they're going to have come up, I think are going to help push them over the top.
No, they got to do it this year. The NL is down. The Cubs are injured. They are the youngest, hottest team in baseball. This is the time to strike. If they don't get it done this year, I don't know.
I
this
believe,
is the time.
like Jesus Mudde, and then you have Luis Pena's. I mean, he's still super
But it
young.
all, to me, all is based on the pitching, and how is Harrison? That's
when he gets healthy.
And pitching is never guaranteed.
And who's
though.
available in terms of the expensive pitchers that are available for the rest of the season. But yeah, they're to the point where I think I'll look at those numbers, but I think the position is legitimate that they should be willing to spend more. And there's no question the value of the team has gone up substantially in terms of the revenue that any owner, Antonas or whatever, knows they're going to get when they sell the team. So
the Brewers are getting a great bang for their buck right now for where they are currently at. The Brewers are back today, but it's Frozen Pizza Friday on Kyle and Brust, courtesy of our friends at Palermo's Pizza. Caller number 10 will receive a free Palermo's prize pack to kick off their weekend. Call in now to win a free prize pack from Wisconsin's best frozen pizza, Palermo's Pizza. That's caller number 10 for Frozen Pizza Friday on Kyle and Brust for your chance to win a Palermo's prize pack to kick off your weekend. Good, Palermo's Pizza. We'll have more coming up next, and we'll do a special segment called Catastrophic with Tony Cartagena coming up next.
Rust. Yeah, play some defense on him or something.
You're asking the wrong person.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting to see some of those Friday slowdowns. Northbound on I-41 from North Avenue past Hampton Avenue slowed down. Westbound from South 76th Street to the Neal interchange is backed up. And southbound from West Howard Avenue to the interchange, it's easing up a little bit, but you're still seeing some delays. And we're experiencing backups by the stadium interchange, both eastbound and westbound, with eastbound traffic stretching all the way to the state fairgrounds. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with home equity line of credit from Great Midwestern Bank. Visit greatmidwesternbank.com, your simple loan equity housing lender. An air quality alert has been extended until 6 p.m. tonight. Smoke moves north and dissipates. Any pop-ups we'll have this afternoon will also fade. Low tonight of 77. A few pop-ups in the mid-morning as a cold front pushes south. This will bring the return of wildfire smoke, however. High tomorrow of 89. Dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Andrew Zimmel on 94.5.
Patio season is here, and there's no better place to soak it in than Veer North. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strofe. Located on Milwaukee's east side, Veer North brings the energy with a spacious patio, elevated food, and handcrafted cocktails. Heading to a Brewers game, state fair, or a summer festival? Start at Veer North and take the shuttle. Exclusive for ESPN Milwaukee listeners. Mention ESPN Milwaukee and save 10% on your bill. Then stick around for live music, great vibes, and a menu that goes way beyond the basics. Veer North, Milwaukee's go-to destination all summer long.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Ready for a weekend you won't forget? Get to the Brewers series against the Rockies Friday, July 24th through Sunday the 26th. There's a game for every fan. See a Brewers post-game alumni legends game on Friday. Then collect a Brewers Guess Who giveaway Saturday night, courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Looking for an unbeatable family day? Join the crew Sunday when the first 5,000 kids get a local artist t-shirt giveaway designed by Unfinished Legacy. Get tickets at brewers.com.
For 250 years, America has moved forward together. One generation, one family, one community at a time. At the Cunis Auto Group, we're proud to celebrate 250 years of freedom, progress, and the journeys that unite us. To mark this historic milestone, we're giving away 11 brand new vehicles with a total retail value of more than $250,000. Go online for one entry. Plus, enter in person at any Cunis Auto location, and it counts for 10 entries. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to enter. It's our way of saying thank you to the communities we serve and the customers who trust us to be part of their journey. Plus, we have over 1,776 vehicles under 30 grand group-wide, with payments for every budget. Happy 250th anniversary, America. Let's keep America moving together. See official rules and find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. No Ben Brust today. Homer's in for Ben Brust. You can always watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. That's ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. I think it's been a really fun show. Homer's going to grade me in the last segment.
No, I'm not.
No, you're going to give any feedback.
One of the first things I've been...
Feedback. What could I be better at?
You're fine.
I'm fine. I'm not good. I'm not great.
No, this is what's...
This
is the problem you got.
What is that?
I don't know. Like, you're fine. What is hard about you fine? Wait, am I good?
I would argue. I would say there are days that
then you don't really care what I think. You've already you asked me and then you explain all this stuff.
Fine. I hope you don't tell your wife I'm fine. You're fine. It's fine. How do I look today? Fine. How's that dress look? Fine. How you feeling today? Fine. Hey, what is this?
You haven't done it often enough for me to make anything more than fine. It's one time. First time you do something, here's somebody say, I'm not going to make an, if you were horrible or something was terrible, I'd say that. But other than that, do it a few more times and then I'll listen and see.
Oh, okay. You having fun today?
Am I having fun? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Been good.
That was the least convincing.
Well, you're going to have fun now with Catastrophic with Tony Cartagena.
Barely keeping Kyle and Brust on the air.
You decided to marry her. You decided to put the baby inside of her.
I love the NFL.
And somehow still finding time to judge the world around him.
You poked the bear. I'll do you one better.
With CCAT, this is Catastrophic.
All right.
What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got some weirdos who are producers around here. Just saying.
Why? What does that mean? What is that?
I mean, a grown man deciding that, first and foremost, his last name is Cat with a K, not a C, and he has an open with a meow in it. It's interesting. He's a feline. All the cat family he could have chose from. He chose the damn alley house cat.
Have you asked him any answers for some of these questions?
We got we got him to update the open to now there's a roar. So there's multiple opens, but I said, why would you even start with a meow? What grown man walks up?
What open is this for?
This is for his segment where he is catastrophic. It's usually bad.
It's his segment. He do whatever he wants.
But it's my show, right? So I can tell him if I don't like something.
No, you not if it's just a segment.
Okay. So the president can't tell his secretary what he wants them to do.
Not if he gives the secretary the ability to do something that says you decide.
He could tell him
you
that.
You give a segment. All right, by the way, you have a segment, but I decide about the segment. Then I don't got a segment.
That's what
I've been told this like when I got my show.
Yeah.
All right? I'm in charge.
Okay.
I said, okay, I want it to be named the shortest sports talk show ever. No, you can't do that. That's too negative. All right, what are we going to call it? The Homer Hour. Okay. And then the next day they say, you're in charge, but you're going to have these guests. I said, really? I'm in charge. Fire them all. I want the money you're paying them. Quote, you're not in charge that way. You know what that definition of that is? You ain't in charge, which is fine, but then don't tell me I'm in charge when I'm not. You give me a segment, you damn well better tell me I'm in charge of how that segment runs. then it ain't my segment. It's your segment that you've decided you want me to do something. That's fine. That's not my segment. My segment is I decide what to do. Now, you may get rid of my segment, but it ain't my segment if somebody else is telling me how to do it. Next.
Yeah, Homer's full of lessons and rants.
No, that's just me.
I'm trying to spot where he's wrong. Kind of like earlier in the show, and the podcast is up, when Homer was talking about Matthew Golden and how he blames Matt LaFleur and all these things, and I was trying to spot where he was wrong. And then in this tirade, and this wisdom that we just got from Homer, I was trying to spot where he was wrong. And I don't think he is. You can be in charge of something in title only, I guess, which makes you not in charge of it. He's not wrong.
But if you like the title, that's okay. But just so we know what the deal is. It ain't his segment when you decide what he can and can't do.
Well, I'll say this. I didn't tell him he had to change the meow, but I criticized him highly for the meow. I said, you gotta be toughen up here, man. They can't meow. If my son had a segment on a radio show and he decided to have a meow in it, I would look at my wife and say, what in the hell did we raise? Ain't no way. My dad would be ashamed of me. He would be ashamed. My father would be like, Kyle, what? You're a Wallace. You can't be a cat. You got to have some type of pride. Be Simba. Be Mufasa. Hell, be Scar.
So you don't
be the damn cat.
You don't want your producer to be himself. You want him to be whatever you think he should be.
I'll be great. Being a little cat ain't great. Tony, what do
You're
you have?
You're going to be a great dad. You are going to be one hell of a dad.
Damn right. I bet you my little son ain't going to be talking about. He's going to be roaring from day one.
Hey,
he's going to be the future king of the jungle.
I hope
that's
the
little baby
case.
Wallace going to be. Or if my daughter, she's going to be.
First thing you need to know about parenting, it don't always work out the way you think it's going to work out.
Homer, I would tell you one thing. I would be shocked. I'd be shocked. Based off who I would be mating with, I'd be very shocked if my child didn't turn out to be pretty good. We're both very like rule followers. She's too much of a rule follower.
You are not a rule follower.
I know. I follow.
I just spent 10 minutes trying to convince you not to talk about squeezing cheeks on the radio.
I pushed the envelope, but I know where to fall in line. I know how to fall in line. I know. I said before, if somebody tells me to jump, I may push back, but eventually, coming out my mouth will be, okay, I'm done giving you my opinion. Now, how high? I just do what's told me. As Homer said, shut the F up. That's
good.
Well, what's the rest of that, though?
What you'll discover is...
Take the money.
What you'll discover is, as I had... He would say, like, just let him yell. Just let him complain. No, that people told me that, and he'll end up doing it. So once I found that out, that's the point of yelling. I didn't...
Fair enough.
And apparently that's how they viewed it. So then you learned from that.
You know what, Homer? I think they view me the same way. Okay. Just let Kyle get it out, and he'll be okay. That's great. Is it too soon for me to have that reputation?
It only depends if it bothers you. If you say and yell at things because you want things changed, that's one thing. But then you realize there's no point in yelling because they're not changing anything. They've decided just let them yell, and then we'll move on. Well, then the yelling's a waste of time. I thought I was yelling because it was very important, and I was upset about something. So that was very helpful to me. Not here. This was somewhere else. So I just stopped yelling and then stopped going to stuff, and I'm glad I found out.
And this is how I got out of doing a segment that I wasn't prepared for whatsoever. I just tossed it up to Kyle and Homer and let you guys roll with it.
Nicely done.
I was actually going to ask you, now that Homer said you're not in charge of this show and that you are in charge of this show and look, we don't really know, if you could change, your producer and your co-hosts are not here. If you could change one thing about your show starting Monday, what would it be?
What are the limitations of what he can say?
Show. I wouldn't change.
He can say whatever he wants.
What I'm going to tell? I want to get rid of the guy who's my partner. What's the first thing? I get rid of Ben.
I guarantee you, Ben's not listening.
No, I'm not going to say it, even if he isn't
I don't
listening.
think that's what he would say.
I wouldn't.
But if he's got to get off his chest,
then you're asking him to lie.
I wouldn't change a thing.
You wouldn't change a thing about your show?
I would have us start at. Well, let me not.
It could be hours. It could be so many things.
From the record.
What'd you scratch from the record?
I was going to say more time, but you know what Homer told me?
Well, no, yes, I would say that. I want more time. You asked me, and I said I should have 3 hours, not you.
Homer would kick me off.
No,
Homer should be joining you guys at 4.
They used to run that as a promo.
We did. That was our old show. It's a different show.
Different
you
show.
used
But
to
the
run
same
that as a
now.
promo.
That doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Doesn't mean it's going to happen. But all right, well, we got to look at the clock. I'm trying my best to be a good host.
Yeah.
So
Now you want to look at
What
the
do you mean
clock.
you're trying? I don't know what does that mean?
you got to go to break.
Fine, you go to break.
We'll wrap up Kyle and Brust coming up next. 'Cause I felt real awkward.
Really?
Yeah.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
Somehow she still loves you. Still fascinating to me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Join ESPN Milwaukee and Yingling this Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's Blue Ribbon Bar and Grill in Blue Mound for the ultimate Yingling watch party. Fuel up before the game with the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team. Win awesome Yingling prizes and stick around as the first place crew battle Miami. Ice cold Yingling, great food, baseball, summer done right. Yingling, bringing friends together since 1829. Crack open a lager and raise a toast to American tradition. See you Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's in Blue Mound. DG Yingling in Sun Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian, more.
Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, it's Jen Latta. If you've ever put off a painting project because it felt too overwhelming, I totally understand. That's why I was so impressed with 2-Day Painting. From the first consultation to the final walkthrough, their team made the entire process so easy. They recently painted the exterior of my home, and I couldn't be happier with the results. The quality of the work and attention to detail really stood out. Right now, ask about 15% off and free touch-ups for life. Schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
Milwaukee, are you ready? It's time to turn up the tradition. German Fest Milwaukee returns July 24th through 26th with everything you love and even more to discover. Authentic German food, incredible live entertainment, traditional music and dancing, family fun, the Pink Energy Run, the Dachshund Derby, and backed by popular demand, Vox Club returns to rock German Fest once again. Then be there Friday, July 24th at 5 p.m. in the Oktoberfest tent for opening ceremonies. We've got a surprise planned that everyone will be talking about. Plus, experience history with the first ever Germanfest Polka Mass, a celebration of faith, music, and tradition unlike anything you've seen before on July 26th. Gather your family, bring your friends, raise a stein, create memories, celebrate culture. July 24th through 26th at the Henry Meyer Festival Park. Get your tickets today at GermanFest.com.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, what a wonderful soccer matchup do we have coming up this weekend for us to all watch and enjoy. What a great tournament that has been. The tournament's been fantastic. On Saturday, you had the third place game as France takes on England at 4 o'clock. And on Sunday, you have Spain versus Argentina in the final. Homer, which team you got in the third place game, France or England?
I refuse to comment on a game that's that stupid.
You don't believe in third place games?
They got rid of them. I can't. There used to be an NFL third place game.
Whoa, when did the NFL have a third place game?
I don't know. Go back in the 60s or whatever. It was the Bart Bell, I think they named it after him.
I heard the NCAA tournament used to have a third place game too, Homer?
Yes, they did. I think so. I think that's right.
What made them get rid of it? Because it was stupid?
It's brains.
Well, I get
nobody wants to play.
Well, yeah, nobody wants to play, but
they actually had a third place team in some in the NCAA even before the Final Four. I think they had one in I don't know. I have to look. Seems like somebody played a third.
The
place
reason
game.
why I appreciate the third place game for this soccer
this I got to hear
is because you don't get a chance to see this soccer. It's every 4 years. And I think it's entertaining to see. Now, if the guy said, we don't ever want to do this, then fine. But I like it.
No, it'd be nice, too, at the end of the NFL season, the teams that lose
the
two teams that lose in the
Can you just appreciate
games.
Sports? Can I appreciate guys being talented and being able to watch?
Then have an exhibition
Mbappe,
game.
Harry Kane,
right.
Jude. I can't watch these guys again.
Are they going to play?
Sure you can. They have all these. They have all these games.
I wonder if Mbappe plays because I think he still has a chance to win the Golden Boot.
True.
Yeah.
I used to kind of be out on third place games. I didn't fully understand them.
You're right because the Super Bowl they need preseason games the day before the Super Bowl.
Thanks, Homer.
The game doesn't matter. Let's just
Homer.
play it.
So Argentina or Spain, Homer? In the final.
I don't know.
You can't pick one?
No, because I don't care. The one non-USA team against another non-USA team. So I will pick the non-USA team.
The non-USA team.
I will do an honor. I will. I actually think it seems that Argentina just figure out a way to win all the games. But my son-in-law is from Spain. It would be huge for him and his mom. She's visiting.
All right.
So I will pick Spain because I want them to win.
Let's pick Spain. And this soccer update has been brought to you by Discount Liquor. Live sports will be. Okay. This soccer.
What exactly was this?
I'm just reading this script.
No, you read it very poorly.
We're going to stay over
this
on the clock
soccer
here,
update has been brought to you by Discount Liquor.
And then I saw the second part, and I started reading it, and I didn't know what it was. But this has been Kyle Brust Homer Hours.
Let me give you a tip.
From 5 to 6.
You kind of look at these ahead of time.
Yeah. Thanks, Homer.
You asked me. Yes, he didn't. He asked me.
I appreciate that.
No, you don't. You just told me.
Thank you, Homer. I thank you for the tip, and Homer's got a lot more tips and a lot more entertainment coming up next.
And the poll is about 50-50, isn't it? I told you better get in early.
Okay.
Yeah, better get that. He got it in early.
Homer Hour next.
So I-41 northbound at Capitol, the left lane still blocked due to some debris that's causing traffic to slow down. Neal Interchange, you're still seeing traffic backups both east and north. You're experiencing backups by the Stadium Interchange, both eastbound and westbound. I-43 south from Keefe to Wells Street, that's backed up as well. Tight traffic at National Avenue and Miller Parkway intersection as well. An air quality alert has been extended until 6 p.m. tonight. Smoke moves north and dissipates. Any pop-ups we'll have this afternoon will also fade. Low tonight of 77. A few pop-ups in the mid-morning as a cold front pushes south. This will bring the return of wildfire smoke, however. High tomorrow of 89. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Andrew Zimmel on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Start the second half of the Brewers season with a stacked series against the Marlins. The whole city's invited to celebrate Noche de Cerveceros Friday, July 17th. Then get the latest Brandon Woodruff Brewers bobblehead, courtesy of PNC Bank, Saturday the 18th. Treat the family to a summer Sunday at the ballpark for Paw Patrol Day on the 19th. Plus, family vibes are through the roof with special kids activities every Sunday. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
Marquette Basketball head coach Shaka Smart here, and you're listening to the home of Marquette Basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside former Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day, the Homer Hour. This is the Brewers back home, so we have to decide if the dome is open or closed. In fact, we have a new sponsor next week. Old Fashioned Roofing Fridays. Is the roof update open or closed? And I do that with my, well, I can't tell you how I do it, but things have changed because I lost my backpack and I had very important parts in the backpack. And so